go for these crazy plays sometimes, but it just feels like as a whole it just is working a little bit better.
Is it a big enough fix in your opinion?
I think it's always going to be a bit of a give and take for these two guys, to be honest, just because we've seen it time and time again on paiN, where they've made a lot of these switches actually ever since biguzera or ever since DGT came into this team earlier in this year. Instantly they were making something like 5 changes, even mid-tournament they were changing spots and things like that. So yeah.
Let's find out how this plays out. paiN up against Legacy.
Thank you very much for setting the scene, guys. We've got paiN Gaming versus Legacy, a Brazilian brawl with a few imports, Jason, but let's get into it. A T-side start for Legacy on Inferno.
A little bit of the battle for who's going to be one of the best Brazilian teams. I mean, this has been extended with some of these teams over the past 2 years, never really being able to establish themselves as the best. A good chance here to get some points of pride within the region. NQZ is going to put a stop to the progression of Sadzin, but here's the rest of the play. Up short and out halls.
Yeah, we got NQZ and Lato going blow for blow, but it's Davideus, the side of the site. Oh, the triple run is getting away with one. That Dumal takes a long time to finish his meal. And that leaves Lato in a 1v3. That smoke will actually allow him a 1v1 fight against NQZ. He just loses it. And paiN bringing the energy after a pistol round victory.
Honestly, the only reason this series like kind of has come to interest me, because I'll be honest, I completely lost interest in watching paiN. Like it was clear for a long time that peak they had at the major, getting as deep as they did was like kind of a one-off scenario. And I've kind of just like not really been interested because I haven't thought the progression was possible until they've swapped these positions of Snow. Now all of a sudden I find this to be an incredibly exciting and interesting team to see what's the new ceiling. And you know, the early results of Snow and his performance. We casted one of their games during the group stage. Snow is a beast, especially on a map like Dust2 where he's put into place to grab some of that initial contact. He was great for paiN. So for me, that swap has given this team a different dynamic that they haven't had for a long time.
Yeah, breathing new life into paiN Gaming. And for Legacy, off the back of a win in Shanghai just last week, a huge step. First trophy for this organization. Snow going to be playing committed down. Banana gets traded out by Nissim. Now Nissim has been a player that I think he was a big reason as to why Legacy were able to win their competition in the last tournament. Well, he's been a little bit quiet coming into Bucharest. Would love to see him start stepping up in the playoffs.
Oh, look how much pressure they've applied to allow Lux to have this kind of a lurk, this kind of a presence in CT spawn.
DGT going to be backtracking as Lux is Tech 9. We're going to win the fight against the M4. Just can't do it. Did have the chances and got a lot of damage off.
Yeah, and that tells paiN exactly what's coming, right? You know they're lining up outside the B bomb site after that, so drop another defensive smoke. You see nobody's home. So going to warn the defenders over at the A bomb site, Davideus and DGT. Hey, chill. They might be coming back to you guys. 35 seconds on the clock. No utility for the attack.
Yeah, it's going to take some misses from paiN Gaming as well here in the final 25 seconds. The setup is quite strong. DGT's low, so he could be a problem.
Well, the biggest problem is if he misses his initial shot, there's nowhere to fall back into. You kind of are standing and fighting with low HP. You do have your teammate who can turn and help out, but that'll take his gaze away from short.
Oh, he did look away. And then the player up on top of the box is Davideus, just not in a position to get a multi-kill. So he's taken out, bomb site taken, Legacy putting the plant down, and paiN Gaming have got to go for a retake. They don't have any utility for it. They have just picked up a kit.
Yeah, I don't like the way that setup actually ended up playing out. I don't think that it felt like it could have been way stronger. That one glance away from the players supposed to be watching about the wrap. That's painful. So now a huge advantage over, and there's one kit on NQZ.
He had time to set up as well. Yeah, plenty of time. NQZ creeping up through short. Again, he's the man with the kit. They've got to get a move on quite quickly here. Legacy have sunk their teeth deep into the post plant. Nissim out from the apartments, catches NQZ leaping into the bomb site. Nissim steps up with a 4K, just as I was calling him out at the start of this round, saying I want to see Nissim get involved in the playoffs. It's a great start, at least in the quarterfinals here. He's 4-1 up.
That's how it works, isn't it? As soon as you tell him they gotta perform for you, well, at least he listens. You know, that's the lovely thing.
That is true. He does listen apparently.
Yeah, lovely trade here over in Banana. Another great trade here following up on Sadzin. Grabbing the deep player with high HP and then finishing things off. Lovely round start to finish from Nissim to get Legacy on the board. Force buy from paiN on the other side of things. We've had a lot of this today. A lot of teams not able to convert that second round force buy. Well, I mean, you know, it's happened a few times. It was only the two teams in the first series of the day, the quarterfinals. Now these two squads, paiN and Legacy, on the side of the bracket with Liquid Saw is the alternate quarterfinal on the B stream. The winner of this will take on the winner of that.
Yeah, I think Saw's been a bit of a surprise of this tournament coming into the event.
I said it last night talking to Yanko. I was like, Team Liquid's obviously the favorite, and by name value and you know, kind of by watching them, we're going to go into that series with them as the better team, but Saw is actually like the perfect trap opponent. I feel like that's such a sneaky trap opponent, and Liquid's a team that has historically been susceptible with various lineups over the years of falling prey to those teams.
Well, that's going over on the other stream. And if you're just tuning in today, there is plenty of Counter-Strike action coming your way. 4 quarterfinals, we're halfway through them. And now you get into the 2 semifinals at the end of the day as well. 35 seconds on the clock. And Legacy gathering at B.
That smoke is going to fade right around 19 seconds. So once it fades and Legacy call for the hit, it's going to have to be very efficient. Not a lot of time to fix anything that goes wrong, that goes awry, but the pop flash through the smoke completely wrecks Snow. Didn't expect it whatsoever, and biguzera's locked out. So it's going to be time for him to back away and save. You have armor, you have 2 MP9s, some upgraded pistols, and you can bring all those to bear in the next round as well. But Legacy take a very slow-paced round into a victory.
Yeah, at least you'll have some weapons to challenge with in the next round, but Legacy getting into the series now. The worrying thing about this series for me is for paiN is the fact that, you know, Legacy get to pick Inferno, but paiN pick into Dust2, and that's been a map that Legacy have shown a willingness to play. And honestly, with Sadzen playing the way he is at the moment, they are a really deadly Dust2 team. So,
I mean, I just made the point that I think Snow, with the kind of like, that was the map for me that like was the most indicative of
the way he was taking short.
Yeah, the different responsibilities that he's going to have. And he was the point man jumping up on Xbox, helping clear out short, pushing those aggressions back. Same with the double doors. He was really, really good in that role. He looked absolutely excellent. I think that was against Bait that he pretty much embarrassed the day after they had an upset win. So
yeah,
was cool to see.
Well, conversations being had over in paiN, and right now they don't have a whole lot. Obviously, they just have those saved weapons. Just figuring out what they could do with it. Gonna start with. Actually, it looked like we were gonna start with 3 players towards A, but NQZ just going back to get some utility. So no traps being laid, no stacks, just a standard setup right here for paiN Gaming, and the standard setup with no standard utility. So
I think both these teams, it's going to be fun to watch the CT side. I feel like both these teams can, I know Legacy can pick up the pace, but I feel like both of these teams, especially from what we saw from paiN the other day, play pretty slow-paced T-sides, right? Like they run the clock down a little bit. Around like this, they're going to try and apply some pressure to bait out utility. And get some freebies and great damage with the MAC-10. But once the guns come out, I feel like T-sides are going to be a little bit slower paced, a little bit longer lasting. So interested to see how the various defenses actually handle that.
I do like paiN. I do like Legacy CT side. I think Dumao and Lato can be a real scary combo in that B-bomb site.
Yeah, I think we all know that by now. I think we've seen that enough times. We're like, okay, these guys are good. They finally arrived. paiN going to take the intelligent decision not to feed over any kills. And again, with these armor without helmet, easy upgrades if it hasn't been damaged. Can help your money moving forward into the next round. But Nissim's going to have an early challenge and might be able to just sneakily kill NQZ if he pops his head up. That one's actually watching for the Halls play, but I don't think Nissim on the other side, if he has to actually come out Halls to take any of these weapons away, he's not super motivated for that. Potentially passing over an AK-47.
Another cool story that I really like about this game is the fact that Lux is getting to sort of in-game lead against his former team. He left them in January 2025. He was with them for 2 years. And he's getting the call against his former in-game leader, having just won a trophy as an in-game leader himself. So I think it's probably a pretty cool experience for Lux.
The student has become the master.
Yeah. And if he beats him today, I mean, that's gotta feel amazing.
Yeah, it would feel great for Lux for sure. Probably less so for biguzera.
Yeah. It's going to suck for him.
It's going to be really awful for him.
Well, NQZ's got the AWP out. You've got MP9 still here. Davideus, DGT rocking them with FAMAS for biguzera.
Look what it's done to the cash flow, though. DGT has 2,600 left up. Davideus has 2,700. So, yeah, weaker weapons, but taking that risk that if you win this round, you all of a sudden are rich as hell with free upgrades. And if you lose, you have the money to replenish a buy. Smoke broken open, Snow goes down for free. Good find early on.
Yeah, commitment now for Legacy. Steamrolling towards biguzera. He's only got the FAMAS. Can he slow him down? No. Doomao destroys them and moves into the site. Nado follow up, and Legacy have B. It's got to be a save here for paiN.
Yeah, not going to be a slow round when you get that kind of a kill on Snow and you pick up the pace and find the second one essentially without any real work being put in. So another round, paiN's just going to have to back off and save. That's tons of rounds. It feels, I mean, tons of rounds relative to the 5 that have been played now.
Yes.
Where the B bomb site has kind of just been battered down in the initial engagements.
Yeah, definitely tendency to hit the B bomb site early here from Legacy, and going to be holding on to the lead.
It makes sense on Inferno, right? In this early going where you have all the advantages of extra utility because you have the extra cash. That's where you can gain the most ground and the most advantage due to that.
Right, so but now there's a great buffer here for Legacy to kick off the quarterfinals. We got 4-1 up on the T side already. This is where that extra cash you mentioned at the start of this round comes into play as well. paiN can obviously buy and drop those weapons over to biguzera and Snow and bolster the purchase going into the next. But Nissim, he could cause a couple of problems if he can find some extra kills here at the end. I mean, very likely the player to go down is Davideus. He's going to hide on the balcony. The Satsing goes to the arches. It's an extra kill here on DGT. So one extra taken away right at the end there.
Everything counts, but now that extra cash flow comes into play. MP9 is passed over to biguzera. Still plenty of money in the bank for paiN despite the sequence of losses, and even behind this buy, they've got another. So despite all these early losses, because it's been so convincing for Legacy on one side of the map, the other side of the map hasn't had to risk their weapons, so economy's still chugging along because they haven't had to reinvest a whole lot.
And not a whole lot of hunts from Legacy.
Yeah. Well, it's harder to be motivated for the hunt when 3 players are alive and they've already had their 30 seconds to set up and get situated in pit.
That's true. Look at the grenade damage down here. Doomao down to 59, 50 for Lux, 46 for Lato. Heavy utility damage from paiN. Actually going to discourage Legacy from hanging around Banana. You don't want to take any further damage. Maybe there's a little pool of nades dropped over. You don't know for sure. Doomao stays committed to at least showing some presence there, but he's going to fall away and join up with the rest of his teammates. We talked about a lot of the B bomb site hits. The back to your buy round, and Legacy thinking about A at the moment. Could drift away from that at any point, and that's what they're doing. They're dropping on down out of the apartments.
Yeah, but that smoke on left side mid is, we'll see how nervous it makes paiN Gaming. I mean, DGT was playing behind it, but now he's drifted back towards Library. A follow-up smoke is going to come in to show that they want to split towards CT spawn. So for DGT, it's likely to keep him frozen here, although steps through and sees nobody home. Now he's getting the call, but does he feel comfortable enough to rotate to the B bomb site?
This is going to come through this. Doomao again, up first through the fire though. Snow is going to have no problem in melting Doomao away. It's biguzera's turn as he goes out into the open, and Lux this time trading out. So 3v3, look at the amount of damage done to these players. It's easy for DGT to commit one as he goes straight through that smoke with bullets. It's now Lato putting the bomb down behind the fountain.
Bomb plant and any extra kills are going to be huge for the T side.
Yeah, but can they win this? That's the question. Doesn't look likely now with Lato falling. It's on this in 20 HP. Let's see what extra damage he can get out on the way here.
There's no play to make for Nissim.
Once they get the info, it's going to be a kill on towards Nissim. Doesn't get an extra kill. Legacy get the bomb plant. They get 2 kills, but finally paiN with some stopping power, at least thinning out the herd on the initial attack.
Yeah, and actually they put a stop to this where there's still plenty of time to have a really, really good CT side. I mean, I like you're kind of, you know, it was pardon the pun here, but it was painful for them to like have to save all of those rounds, right?
Yeah.
Like to actually just give them up. But the fact that you've done it, now you get to reap that reward because out of one victory, your money's much stronger than in theory it should be because you've been able to actually stockpile a little bit along the way. As long as they can continue to keep winning, because there's a lot of money built up for Legacy. There's 7,000 left on Lux after the buy, 4,000 on Sadzin after he picks up the AWP. So Legacy is rich. These teams are going to have to grind the opposition's money down. Early nades deep in Banana does no damage. This time Legacy stay passive, stay outside of the choke point. This is actually a sick timing. He's going to beat the rotation back from the B bomb site.
Sadzin, drop back, and misses the shot. It was right there for him, right there for grabs. But
yeah. It's a great idea. Bummer that you missed out on the opportunity, but it's also opened up Lux, who's like, okay, well, now it's my turn to shift forward. They actually have a further step than this paiN defense expects, but a good peek from Davideus traded off. 2 players wrap side. biguzera is going to try and hustle into the bomb site, but the A bomb site's in trouble.
Oh, looked like DGT might have got caught moving, but biguzera has committed towards default. Sees the barrel, but he's been spotted as well. Lato carves out biguzera from the defenses, and the site has been taken. And with that Moto smoke still up, it gives Legacy all the time in the world to put the bomb down and get into good post-plant positions.
Yeah, 2 players, including the AWP, entrenched in pit. And they will have eyes on this retake and eyes on this flank where Snow is coming. Now, there's 2 Molotovs to utilize, so it's not going to be so easy. Sadzin, with no defensive smoke, should get forced out of this position.
Yep, off the left side he goes now, waiting for that balcony peek. Hasn't come through. Molotov's going to force Sadzin to change his position. Now, Nissim and Sadzin are doubled up in the mini pit. Nissim can keep his head down. Sadzin can act as the only player that's here and allow Nissim some impact later into the round. Sadzin still around, still kicking, but missing shots, so it's on Nissim now to deliver because he's alone in Snow. How does he get both?
Oh,
that is so ridiculous, but the time is so close and just about 0.2 seconds left on that defuse. They just about win it here for paiN.
Sadzin's looking down the line right now saying, that's my fault, guys. That should have been a win every day of the week. Misses the opening shot on that pick after he catches the nice timing up in halls. And then down the stretch in pit, misses 2 shots on Snow, who's about to exit the halls to go for these kills. He could have won the round a couple of times and missed opportunities, missed op shots. Seals their fate.
Yeah, that's the thing about Sadzin, right? He can be the player that wins you so many rounds, but also will lose you rounds in these series with the missed shots that he has. A little bit inconsistent as an AWPer. He's been having a good event, but yeah, that's a round that really falls to him. It's Doom out, going up towards top banana. biguzera around the side of the car. It's going to be an opener from the Brazilian in-game leader as Doom out is dead first.
He's hoping for that boost. He's got it. Good spam, misses the shot off the mark. An advantage held by the paiN Gaming defense, but biguzera brought low NQZ at about half HP, and Legacy's quickly going to wheel themselves back towards the A bomb site. Smoke for left mid. They want to hit this quick.
Yeah, Davideus just moved forward under the porch. Was that smoke is still up? It doesn't allow this crossfire, but certainly a lot of impact with 1 kill through the smoke. Nissim realizes there's a gap. He gets forward. Oh, a second as well from Nissim. This one to the head of DGT. And a missed shot from NQZ Sniper this time. Both Brazilian AWPers failing to connect shots.
Damn. Legacy just picked up the pace. As soon as they saw that opportunity, it's a very convincing hit. There was no second guessing. Once Lux said the A bomb site's the target, they've cracked in, and paiN yet again have to take that unenviable position of sitting this round out. It's so convincing, so fast after the B pressure. They don't feel like they can get over in time.
You know, at least saving 3 players will continuously allow you to purchase. We will see a buy again for paiN in the next. No hunt really being sent out at the moment. They're a long way off of this. They're still anticipating paiN could even go for it. But I think they're starting to realize now that isn't happening. So Sadzin starting to clear out, looking to see if there's anybody set up for some exits. He'll go on a bit of a hunt, an excursion himself away from the bomb site as that blast will go off. It's massive these days. They are going to force the T's deeper in towards CT spawn, but no one from paiN Gaming there to capitalize on any exits. So they will save 2 AK-47s and AWP. Nissim is the player to deliver the round win this time.
Yeah, very good game out of Nissim so far. He also had the quad kill in the second round after losing the pistol.
Yeah, 2 rounds won by Nissim.
I mean, that's where the majority of his kills come from. He's got 7 total as well, so there we are. 5-3. T-side looking good so far for Legacy. paiN CT side looking all right as well. It's not like they're getting battered or run down. They have a fight back. Just a convincing call in the previous round for Legacy. And importantly, because of the money they've been able to preserve, they're still fighting back. Despite like some of these streaks that Legacy's been on, haven't had to see a whole lot of like full-blown saves at a paiN. Every round's been competitive. So you have to love that if you're paiN. It's obviously unfortunate that you're not able to convert more of those, but the fact that you're not just getting destroyed and sent back to just pistols, you're able to fight for every round. Look how much money is still left in the bank. They've done a lovely job.
It's a very cinematic camera angle, isn't it, of that chicken, Jason?
Yeah, it is.
Depth of field, looking good.
That chicken looks like way more high def than most chickens I usually see.
Yeah, that's true.
What happened there?
I think they have a cinematic lens on it, Jason.
Gotcha.
Yeah, great cinematography here at PGL. We've got Doom out, dropping down into the underpass. A little bit of a burnage going on. Davideus, whoop, get out of there. Doesn't want to be boiled alive. He's going to go up on top of the porch instead. There's a lot of players up there, actually. You don't see this all that often, do you? 3 players towards Porch. 1 player out long. A 4-man stack on A for paiN.
Yeah, defensive setup that's designed to stop those kind of like grouped up Legacy, like the barrels up mid that they just had in the previous round in the mid round. If you ever come back, you take Banana. If you try and come back with that kind of quickness and pace, this stack is there to deny you access.
Here goes Lato. Oh my goodness.
It doesn't work?
Yeah, it doesn't work at all. Instantly destroyed. Flashes are effective. Bullets even better. Legacy, at least a player has been dropped from the T side. It's NQZ to keep things interesting, but just as they've moved off, Snow came off B, the Legacy team bail out and go back to the B bomb side.
And Dumao is always holding on to the top of Banana, so now as they rotate back, he's like, yeah, we got it, guys. Let's just start moving in. He'll take the first step. They actually keep CT spawn unsmoked. They want to block off coffins. So the cross was available to be harassed, but nobody home for paiN as they all shifted to control the A bomb site if that hit continued. You might have to back away from this. TGT isn't going to budge. So another round of saving.
That is Inferno.
I know. I wish Inferno would kind of do me some favors. I feel like I'm trying to stick up for it all the time.
Oh yeah.
And you really can't argue with, you know, with the whole massive amounts of saving going on.
No, just the way it's set up. You do end up with just those B bomb site defenders die or A players go down. Instant save call. 6-3 for Legacy's T side on Inferno, looking very good. It's been a team effort as well. You know, Nissim's won a couple of rounds for you. Dumao and Lato haven't really needed to chime in a whole lot, but
haven't had any complete rounds. I've had a couple important kills between the two of them.
But I think that's good enough. Like, you know, on Inferno, like you just said about the saving, that's how it works. You can see how low kill count. Like, there's not a lot of fragging going on.
No, there isn't. I mean, really, it's kind of like 2 frags have decided a lot of these rounds, and then paiN's gone. They're like, oh, the B defenders are down, and that happened in 5 seconds, so I'm out of here.
So the impact moments aren't these like big sequences or clutches or post plans. They're very much the impact is you find a kill that's so decisive that the round's over. And we've got NQZ peeking out from top car, and he's going to fall away.
Nice nade damage, though, on the exit. Great job. Lands straight onto Dumao and Sadzin, both of them down to 52 apiece. I think the logic of that, too, is like, okay, well, we can't let them just have Banana now, because now they've kind of used it as a late-round audible, a second option that they fell into. And that was difficult to handle, so let's at least get the op to come over, deny that access, make them a little bit nervous about challenging. Unfortunately, with that piece of information, Legacy has picked up the pace on wrapping around. They've beat Snow's rotation back to the bomb site.
Snow and DGT holding on for paiN. Couple of important kills, but Lux, oh, again, it's Nissim.
Dude, he's a monster.
Those are the impact frags coming out from Nissim again. Out of the balcony, 9-3 right now on Inferno. He is carving up paiN Gaming.
And you're going to save again with these 2 weapons. The AWP has no interest in coming over and trying to retake the bomb site, and without him, there's no point for biguzera to check it. So this defensive paiN is getting beat so efficiently at the point of contact that they haven't been able to even consider retaking a site.
Yeah, this is brutal. Absolutely brutal at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny because like 3 rounds ago, I was like describing it as a positive, like, oh, they've managed to save some of these, that's why their economy's so strong. But now it's just kind of like, yeah,
you gotta win with those buys,
yeah,
though,
if you don't take advantage of that kind of, you know, if you don't actually get the positive end of that, then we're just like, ooh, you just actually aren't fighting for anything at all.
Yep, you're just getting absolutely wrecked. Fantastic work from Nissim. He's had a real tough tournament here compared to what he was having out in Shanghai. Really good to see him show up here in the playoffs.
You got to say, too, this is like a beautiful place for Legacy to be in terms of, like, Lux is having a field day as the IGL, right? Everything on this map is available. You've beat him at the B bomb site. You've beat him at the A bomb site. You've beat him with lurks, with wraps.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like worried about Dust2. Even though we have, you know, paiN have looked good on it, Snow's looked good on it. Like, I do worry for paiN Gaming that if they lose Inferno in the fashion that they are right now and they don't get into this, there's a world in which Legacy just go on, have a great game on Dust2, start T side.
Very possible, yeah.
You know, Lux is fantastic as well on that map, and there's just so many signs to me that Legacy could 2-0 this today.
Well, I think what's the most impressive is, as we described a number of times, Legacy has this kind of a lead and this kind of a run up against buys. Like, they haven't had an easy round against pistols. They haven't had like, oh, I'll just buy a MAC-10 and rush B and steamroll everyone. This has been against the AWP frequently. NQZ saved it plenty. 6-1, and you're 3-7 down. Like, It's kind of actually insane now that I say the numbers out loud.
Yeah, it doesn't make, you know, you look at that without the scoreboard, and it's hard to know who's winning.
It's weird, like on some level, NQZ probably feels like he hasn't even played the game all that much, you know? Like, they're not even, because Legacy takes over the bomb site so fast, he's like, I actually don't get a chance to have impact in most of these rounds.
And honestly, when he has had those moments to make the difference, he has had a couple of missed shots as well. Frustrating, I'm sure. Alright, no one has gone down in Banana, but it could happen here for biguzera. He gets naded. Over the top is Dumao, and biguzera holds on.
Another gift given over. Legacy maybe trying to be too cute around this smoke, and now they've lost a pair, but for paiN, it's just a sigh of relief. Finally, they get to play with the advantage. Finally, they're not getting pulled around the map, unaware of where to head. It's them who can be comfortable and confident in their setup because it's a 5-on-3. Now, biguzera and Snow have been tagged down. Low on HP, so one clean opening fight, and we know Legacy's going to come right through this.
Yeah, smoke into a spawn utility going to be trickling in, and you've just watched biguzera make his way to Dark, so it's a strong setup in the bomb site. It should be really tough to break both players open without taking one casualty at least. The flashes are good, and Nissim again with an important kill. biguzera pinned to Dark. They're going to get him, so they don't actually lose a single player on the take of the B bomb site, but 10 seconds left. Lato through the smoke. Once again, the Legacy are back in a better position, and this would be an absolute nightmare. You talked about NQZ feeling like he can't get into the game. Well, now he has to throw himself into the round. His teammate making next contact through Banana. Nissim whiffs for what feels like the first time on the map. So it falls onto Lato for a big moment. And NQZ will strike with his 5-7.
Oh.
Nissim's won them a few rounds here, so we won't give him too much, but he definitely needed that kill when the opportunity presented itself.
It's a very confident position up on top of the boxes, right? You're also managing 3 different angles, so he's up there in case the AWP tries to actually push past coffins, but it's a little bit unwieldy for most of the other fights, especially the one coming from Banana. And nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, overexposed up on top of it, but really, these two deaths is the round maybe getting away from Legacy, trying to slide through, not the burst deal, but then trying to spam down through the smoke, giving away your position.
Let's be real, that should have been a far more comfortable finish for paiN Gaming, but things get awkward when the flashes come into the B bomb site there.
I mean, also, I'll say in the 3-on-2, it probably should have been a win for Legacy once they crack in and get that kill through smoke. So that round went really back and forth, both teams having advantages at various points.
So important that paiN wrestled for the round win, though. Keeps them in this first half. They can actually leave with 5 rounds on the CT side, which wouldn't be bad whatsoever. biguzera getting tagged up. He's 16 HP. Doesn't want to be stuck around there while a nade comes flying over the top. So he's just going to retreat. In fact, biguzera's going to rotate over towards A.
In 9 of the 11 rounds played, the bomb has been planted. 3 defuses, 6 bomb explosions.
Tells you how convincing this has been.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, as we've known and watched, so many saves just because those bomb sites just can't even be attempted at a retake. But Legacy have just had access to the bomb plant whenever they've wanted it. The only 2 rounds that didn't have the bomb plants are the pistol and the second round. Into the B bomb site we go yet again, but 2 smokes over towards coffins. 1 not in place in CT spawn just yet.
We've got Snow touching the fire. Not a big fan of that. Drops it behind the smoke, and Legacy have populated the B bomb site. It's going to be a heavy retake scenario to round out this first half.
Yeah, and there's going to actually be a lot of pressure on Legacy because they double smoke towards coffins. They have no more smoke now, and they have to create the safety for the bomb plant. That's a risk with 15 seconds on the clock, but he gets away with it.
Parkour with a C4, and he's got away over towards coffins. And we've got a lot of damaged players for paiN Gaming trying to get back in on this retake. Sadzin's cut off Banana. That cannot be an access point right now. You've got to rely on Snow coming back through the coffins, and he's really trying. But they're paranoid, and then Sadzin, what are you doing? Giving up his life in Banana. That's an opening that allows paiN back into this, and Snow's now moved forward. Lato still fighting on, Lux beside him, and now it's all on Lux. The 1v2, there's the quick kill on biguzera. NQC falls next, and the in-game leader of Lux able to secure it at the end here for Legacy. Sanson does his best to get it right back there to paiN.
Yeah, he does his Monacy impression, but they're able to kind of anti-Falcons the rest of the rounds.
Woo!
Yeah, important save for Legacy. That would have been heartbreaking going into the second half, having two post-plant advantages at the B bomb site both go away from you, but an incredible performance on T-side Inferno. That's going to be really, really hard for paiN to match that kind of proficiency. So we switched sides at halftime. A very low-scoring affair with all the saves that paiN was forced to make. For the Legacy side of things, Nissim was the star player. Got them off to the good start in the second round, quad kill with the Tech 9, and he was a force to be reckoned with throughout the entire half. We didn't get to see it. I actually want to know what Sadzin did to move from the car. What's up with Oppers in that position, like being like, all you have to do is watch the long angle down banana.
Boring, Jason. It is so boring.
What is up with the Oppers these days?
TikTok brain.
What the weapon is made for.
Yeah, well, regardless, Lux saves the day. 8 rounds to play with going into the second half here for Legacy. A pistol round victory, and they are absolutely in pole position to take this map. And I'm all for it. I'm enjoying this Legacy run that we are seeing over the last few weeks.
Legacy's just like overall, just straight up, not even just this run. They're just a fun team to watch. And I think hopefully as they are able to string more of these kinds of runs together, we see them get invited to compete against the big boys, and then we'll see what they really got.
Yeah. Lux really starting to show up as an in-game leader. Fragging in-game leader as well. Nissim on the boost. And good night, biguzera. Nissim fall off. Oh my god, he should have fallen up, but he actually got a second headshot somehow. And then Latu and Lux have a combo on the double, but NQZ has some fight left in him.
Yeah, boys, don't give him this. Come on, Dumao. That's a swing that's maybe a bit too much. Lux had gone down inside the bomb site. 2-on-1. There's a minute and 10 seconds to play with.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration perhaps for Dumao. Low kill game for him. He wants to get himself into the fight, but they're going to walk forward. They haven't checked him. They're not looking at him. There's a world in which NQZ can get another one here. They're separated. He's running a bullet, run him down on the reload, and NQZ. Oh, it's going to be so frustrating, heartbreaking, having to take the reload as they run him down.
Yeah, he never wanted to reload because he wanted to make them feel like he left the B bomb site, like there was that window where he could have slid back to banana and then make them panic a little bit. Just running out of bullets, almost putting together a decent scenario. Some nice shots from the 1v4 to get into the 1v2. I can't believe Nissim gets the second kill. I can't believe Lux survived as long as he did, overturned first oranges. But just another lovely pistol round for Legacy. And a 5-round lead now here on Inferno.
All right, let's see if paiN can bounce back with his force buy. It's not a pretty one. You know, you're all on Tech 9. She didn't get the extra cash flowing. And they're going to start flowing out of the balcony. But Nissim, this is his domain, and it's a 3K. No getting past Nissim in the apartments. And paiN Gaming evicted. 10 rounds for Legacy. No money in the bank for paiN. It's likely to be... Oh my god. All right, nice and easy there for Nissim in the end. He just walks in, knife out.
Yeah.
Well then.
What's up? What you got?
It's not pretty, is it, for paiN?
No, it's not.
It's actually quite ugly.
Yeah, they're getting battered now. This went from like, you know, you managed to stick in it despite all the struggles that you've gone through. You've actually done some cool things with the saves early on in that first half to stay alive and keep fighting and have so many gun rounds. But it becomes a negative when you look at how many of those gun rounds just went the other way. That Legacy was still able to come out on top of, despite the fact that you had all the money, all the resources, and all the weapons you needed. Second timeout called by Legacy at this point with a 10-4 lead. Nothing strategic. Maybe you're trying to make paiN feel really, really crappy about the situation they're in, looking up at the scoreboard, let them stew in it a bit, but also just trying to make sure the guys are staying focused. Plenty of conversations would have been had within the Legacy team and organization about how to handle yourselves when you have this kind of a lead. You're approaching the W.
A moment to breathe. A little bit of silence, Jason.
Yeah, time for all of us to relax and chill.
It's about to get loud again, though, as we head into round 15. Not going to be fearsome sounds, though, as paiN Gaming only have little Glocks and a Deagle. Should be 11 without issue for Legacy. Are you on board with me in terms of if Legacy do close this out, say 13-4,
sure.
Dust2 up is the next map? Like, it does feel like that world of a 2-0 is actually pretty likely.
The only thing holding me back from just kind of buying it, I mean, look, I buy into the possibility and the potential for it, but I'm mentally staying away from buying into it because I want to watch Snow. I want to watch paiN and I want to watch Snow. And on some level, I'm kind of more like, you know, even if paiN don't win that, I want to see the signs that this change of roles for Snow and the new position he's in is having impact and is giving them some different and better looks.
Doom out. He's like, please, can I get some kills now? I've been waiting all map long. Can I just get a few? And yeah, you're allowed a couple. Up to 5, blasted away by NQZ.
Sitting there in his bare feet.
Yeah, his toes curling at the idea of getting a kill in bottom middle.
Someone in the green room yesterday tried to tell me that it was having bare feet on the stage when you lift a trophy is grosser than bare feet on an airplane. And that's a terrible take.
Does it affect
It's
more
a terrible
people
take.
though, Jason? Yes, it does, because, you know, thousands of people at home have to see it. Whereas on an aeroplane, it's only the 2 people sitting
How
beside
many of
you.
those thousands of people like it?
That's true. How many? But you don't know about the airplane situation. I can tell
That's
you
a fair
though.
point. Okay, we can go either way on this one.
I don't like bare feet on the airplane.
Okay, yeah, no, nobody does.
Especially when they put their feet up on the chair beside you when you're trying to eat your snack. That happened to me in India. Not pleasant. Snow,
Not pleasant.
waiting for the apartments push. This is it for paiN. You know, you got to show us something here.
I mean, you got to show yourself something here. You
Yeah,
know,
true.
Forget about us. You got to show yourselves that you can win around and start coming back into this.
Go.
There we go. Two good openings. Sadson with the op can try and recover this. Needs to nail it off the rip.
It's still going to be really tough. His teammate rotating in. He's blinded. That should be it, realistically.
Yeah, save.
Save call. Get out of there. Run back to the B-bomb
A
site.
taste of your own medicine, perhaps.
The save simulator opens up again. Sadson has a green knife, and he's called it the Booger Blade.
The Booger Blade.
I like that. Let us know what you guys have got. You know, there's a big fire sale on at the moment, Jason. It's a Halloween special.
That's what's happening?
Yeah. You can buy all. I was watching these videos of like the Chinese traders just spamming trade ups, just thousands of butterfly knives entering the market now, Jason. You know.
I went to go do that to get my 5 red upgrade.
I remember you tried that, yeah.
And they changed what? You have to do like 10 blues to get the reds, or 10...
No, 10 pinks.
10 pinks to get the red, and it takes 10 blues to get a pink.
No, it takes 10 purples to get a pink.
I mean, whatever the colors are, it takes 10. I gotta go... Like,
Yes.
There's too much going on. I gotta go like way far down.
5 coverts to get a knife.
I have to like upgrade everything from the full basic items. So that's gonna be like an hour of my day.
It's gonna take you that long. You want? I can come over to your room and do it for you, Jason. If you want.
No, they took the PCs out today, Dinko. We don't got them anymore.
That's true. You got a Steam Deck though.
I do have a Steam Deck, but that would take even longer.
It would. All right. Well, there's the first step. Although, like we've been saying, you know, if you get the 3-man save going, you still have a really good buy in the next round. So Legacy, still a great opportunity here to grab map point on Inferno.
Still huge advantages. There's no panic at this point, right?
No.
There's no concern, no worries just yet. And they have that same effect that paiN has where, yeah, it sucks to have to actually save the round, but 3 players survive. You still get to build up some money, drop some weapons, and they had enough in the bank to help sustain some of this as well. So they're doing okay. Aggressive in the halls again. Flick is not there. NQZ never expected it. Nissim, does he want to fall back? Feels like he can't get away. Well done from Snow. A double kill.
Okay, now this is making me excited about Dust2. Snow showing something here on the T side, ripping them apart in the apartments. A nice shot though from Sadson keeps this one on the table for Legacy.
And the bomb is so far back that there's time. This smoke is going to fade before it arrives. Another one to replenish. But still plenty of time for the third player to come over, and Legacy is going to feel like they can actually line up to go for this because they're going to be in position to challenge as soon as the bomb is planted.
Yeah, Dumas worried he's holding that utility, but he's worried he might just get caught by someone running through the smoke. There's the plant coming through. Now the utility goes forward. Snow is now committed to the bomb site. And Legacy going to take their time, putting themselves in position. Those final pieces of utility from paiN being tossed out. Still smokes available,
Honestly,
one flash.
They might, oh, they're going to go for it.
They're going to charge right through into the bomb site. That smoke is up. It's cleared now. Damage done. Snow finished off. DGT with an important kill as time is ticking on. That fuse is running thin, but it's biguzera for the clutch. Smoke is up. Sadson protects the defusal, and it is 12 Legacy up to map point on Inferno. paiN Gaming at breaking point.
Yeah, what a beast. What a beast mode round from Sadzin. That's perfect. The pathing with that smoke to jump up on the box. Snow not seeing it coming. A Molotov in place by the default plant boxes to prevent Snow from peeking wide on that smoke to hold them contained. Everything really planned out very, very well. 12-5 lead. B-Stream. Ancient is over. A 13-4 win for Saw. So that trap effect not coming in yet.
The Liquid won 13-4.
What did I say?
You said Saw.
Oh, my bad. I was looking at their logo and yeah.
It's all good.
Liquid wins 13-4.
Be happy. It's a Liquid win.
I am happy. I acknowledged it in my brain. My mouth just said the wrong thing.
It's okay. Hey, Legacy about to get the win here, though. There was a 13-4 for Team Liquid. Could be a 13-5 here for Legacy.
We have so much in common.
We got a whole extra round. Maybe we even get overtime. That would be something.
That would be an incredible comeback if we could. 7 straight, yeah.
Well, Sadzin. He's going to wait it short. And there's actually the other AWPer on the other side, NQZ. And that's a very slow peek around the corner there from Sadzin. Shows him a little bit too much. NQZ's happy with that, though.
Yeah, very happy. I don't even think Sadzin saw him on the screen, so NQZ's like, yeah, I've been in that position as an AWPer. That angle kind of sucks. I'll take the kill. Back to the B-bomb site we go. Dumao in position. Lado with supportive flashbang set up as soon as contact or noise is made.
Yeah, this is that combo I was talking about. The Dumao, Lato, B-bomb site defensive squad.
Yeah, but the timing's got to be perfect.
Oh my god, the flash ain't perfect though. Dumao, it's a team kill though. So I think they'll be happy enough with that.
30 seconds. They can go elsewhere. Molotov and smoke is out. Luck's going to wait for Ladder to shoot before swinging.
Oh my god, they're not looking at him now. He can actually catch this. Goes out to the open. There's an instant trade from Davideus, but Lato at Nubot's not going to check him. Oh, he misses it. Oh, Lato, that is lackluster. Bomb plant put down and round confirmed.
Yeah, that would have been great. Getting that kill, and you could have bought some time playing, forced them to chase you down in an awkward fight. Maybe you can win another one, but you don't see Lato miss a spray like that all too often. I wonder if there's like an impact in the game where, because there were so many saves for paiN early on, that like Lado and, you know, you mentioned it earlier when Dumao was hunting down some eco kills, like we haven't had to say his name a whole lot. So many saves in the first half, maybe they just never felt like they actually got into the groove of the game. No big deal as they're still up 12-6.
Terrorists win.
Poor chicken.
It's worse ways to go out. That was quick.
It was quick.
Merciful. And a blast. Well, a lot of money built up, obviously, for a lot of these legacy players. Still get a really solid buy. AWP present for Sadzin. M4 was coming out across the board. Not going to feel too worried yet. You know, you still have so many opportunities to round this one out. Smoke down middle. Got to be worried about that if you're paiN Gaming. Could be some CT aggression thrown in.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it yet, so maybe they're thinking could push down. They're still very passive on T-ramp, way deep behind it, just supporting biguzera from far away.
biguzera, oh, here's that random jump from Sadzin towards the car, and actually biguzera eating a grenade.
Doesn't matter against the AWP, though.
Does with the wall bang.
See nothing yet. There's the flashbang, takes the blind shot, backs away. So biguzera's helped get banana control. Nissim has gone down in the meanwhile during that exchange. So 2 defenders at the A bomb site. It's Lado inside the bomb site. It's Lux over in pit. And all 5 players here from paiN.
All right, Lato, Lux to step up to try and close this map out for Legacy. Here comes paiN Gaming, breaking down the door. It's Lato gone, Lux from the pit. Strikes on the snow, gets back into the cover, shrouds himself in the smoke. And a grenade to clear that smoke away. And he'll actually headbutt it, and they get wallbanged by NQZ. Quite the combo to break down Lux, and the save call already made for Legacy.
paiN's doing a very similar thing to Legacy on this T side, and I mean it's kind of towards the other bomb site where Legacy was able to crack into the B bomb site so efficiently. paiN has had no issues behind snow mostly to just march in towards the halls, get a double kill, and essentially make Legacy save right out of the gate. Once again, they just rinse the bomb site. And a 7th round now found for paiN as they extend this opening map of the series.
DGT on the hunt as well, trying to take everything away. It would be devastating to lose the AWP and M4 here for Legacy. They're all close by, but Mercy seems to be, given on over, and they will be able to save those 2 weapons over. So 12-7, still a long way off, but like you said, they are doing what Legacy were doing in the first half. So it's not out of the realms of possibility that if this continues, paiN Gaming could find themselves in overtime. It's very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
And they're going to take a timeout to make sure that it doesn't happen here.
It's one of those leads where you feel like, Legacy can kind of luck themselves into one round of just good fortune, one round where just one bullet goes sideways through a smoke and you get an extra kill that you didn't deserve, and that could just be the end of it. However, third and final timeout means if paiN continue snowballing this into just huge momentum, there's no more ability for Legacy to pause and take a breath and to kind of assess the situation. Finally, that money is ground down to a point where Legacy don't have the motivation to invest. Op and M4 on Sadzin and Dumao, but pistols aside from that.
Three players are waiting around the corner here for Legacy. This is what they want. Come towards the bomb site that has the rifle, that has 2 players extra. Not exactly the best weapons, though. You've got a little USP and a 5-7 out towards CT, but utility can make this messy. If Dumao can do his job effectively, and out from the fountain, it's damage being done. Low HP, Dumao's got the double. Dumao and Lato delivering here on the B bomb site, and this might be enough to just round it out for Legacy. It's got to be Snow and NQZ to try and save the day. Snow slipped through the smoke, but he's been spotted, he's been tagged, and they know exactly where he is. Sadzin misses the shot. Will that cost him?
Very well could. Remember, it's still only Dumao with an M4. The other 2 are just pistols, so Dumao still has a huge role to play.
They've been given a golden opportunity, but Sadzin unable to take it. A Dumao boost is a wonderful idea. 35 seconds. They construct the boost. They elevate Dumao. He peeks towards CT, sees the light, seizes the chance, and now it's all down to NQZ. A 1v3 getting flanked out in Banana right now. There's the 5-7. It's Nissim to close it out. Legacy with a 13-7 win on Inferno. And what a heartbreaking round to lose it on for paiN.
What did you think about that? Our first map here in the Brazilian Brawl?
Classic Inferno, I have to say. Kind of typical first half where, even if you do some of the right moves on the CT side, you just lose the right kill.
Early on, where their players individually and with their bomb site buddy were not able to actually put a stop to the hit or delay the hit or make the hit take a long time. It was just clean wins from Legacy, and paiN just couldn't fight for so many rounds in the first 6 or 7 rounds of that half, and then they're in such a hole where it's hard to get out of. They have to avoid that on this map. Now, they start on the T side, so it's not going to be exactly the same. But when they switch over, the concept still applies.
Well, something I've been talking about in this tournament is the fact that Nissim's been a little bit quieter than he was in CAC.
Not on Inferno.
Not on Inferno. But he has had a number of moments on Dust2 in this competition. He's maybe looked a little bit weak. We'll see if that is the case again, or if he has another strong performance like he did on the first map of this series. We've got a lot of utility for paiN Gaming as they gather up outside of the tunnels. I'll have NQZ just spotting any long pushes, biguzera clearing out lower. He's got his teammates in behind him as well.
Ooh, Lux has spotted one. Oh, beautiful.
Oh, he got a second. There's no way he should have got away with that.
Who needs Lato and Dumao? You got Lux.
That's what I'm saying. He has such great Dust2 performances, Lux. If he can get going as well, he's another factor for Legacy that just strengthens their case on this map. Oh, 2-man advantage immediately, and whatever plan paiN had, well, you've got to go to plan B or C at this point, because a minute left on the clock. They've just been punched in the face as soon as the round started. Now Sadzin's turn out from Goose. Oh my God, no one from Legacy's missing right now.
And Dumao has a great turn as well. That's lovely. Everyone's getting a chance at it.
Yeah, screw your idea, paiN. Doesn't matter. You just ain't allowed to play. All 5 players go down without a kill returned, and it's Legacy finding the pistol to kick off Dust2.
I wonder if we can count how many shots taken by paiN in this round when the replay comes in. I really feel like only one player got a clean look at an actual fight. Let's see. One.
There's a shot.
Two.
None.
Still two. Still two. And this was the only clean fight earlier against the other player inside the bomb site. So yeah, like 5 shots total for the Glocks in that round.
Yeah, that's wild. So obviously no bomb plank, didn't get close to it. So a weak investment. You've got a scout for NQZ, and everybody else is going to have to play on an eco. So Legacy are going to get that 2-0 lead out the door.
Tell you what, Sadzin may be crapping his pants right now. He went for the risk of not investing, only with the USP, and then gets hit with the scout, and he's like, ah, crap, I thought this might be a full save without the bomb plant, but it's actually a buy.
Looks down the line, hey guys, you got this one. I think I'm going to sit out the rest of this round.
I'm just going to hang out in CT spawn for this round. If you guys could just handle it all, that'd be cool.
Oh.
Tag on the Lux.
Lato's turn up in the lower tunnel. Don't want to be taking any casualties here, like you see. You're losing a lot of damage. And luckily, Lato is going to recover it with Lux's flash and the utility to boot.
And that's beautiful teamwork. That flashbang probably saves his life, at least saves it from being traded. I mean, only for so long. There's only so much Lux can do, you know?
Exactly. It's on you at a certain point. Yeah. Well, biguzera able to get 1 kill here for paiN Gaming. Let's see if they can get anything else. Because of that initial damage done, Lux is on 29 HP. Well, Sadzin's got a USP and he's on 46 health.
And here's the gap, because Lux with low HP had to go out towards long, and Sadzin is now going to have to challenge and hold towards short with the USP. So if Davidea starts creeping out, he's going to have a good angle. And with low HP coming back to the corner to cross back into the A bomb site, you don't really have the. I mean, you can't even take a body shot from the Deagle.
Lux positioning himself very well. He has a lot of cover, forcing them to hit the headshot. Should have a chance to get the body shots off, and he does hit the headshot. Davideus. Uh-oh, Sadzin now feeling the brunt of the damage from the earlier stages in the round. It's on to Dumao and Nissim to try and recover this, and oh, they've gone down to biguzera. A round that had a scout purchased into it.
Why aren't you waiting? With all the great teamwork that we've seen, why are we not just kind of waiting on short? You have two teams. Sadzin's coming back from long. He's communicated that. That's a gross round for Legacy to give up.
Very silly. paiN Gaming loving it. They didn't even force buy.
Yeah, that's really brutal. I mean, the missed spray from Lux as well onto the Deagle of Davideus over towards short, over towards that Gandalf corner. That was kind of an ugly spray that could have been a kill, that could have kept the round in control. The USP situation with Sadzin actually coming down the stretch to have a huge impact in what fights he's able to take and what resistance he's able to provide.
A clean pistol and a disgusting second round.
Like, bad disgusting, not good disgusting.
Yeah. Literally, foul. Rotting. Well, paiN Gaming going to be happy about that. You see Snow getting hyped, getting excited, as they actually have an opportunity now to get off to a good start on the T side, which is what we were saying they needed coming into the second map after getting absolutely drowned out. And in fact, Legacy is so unhappy with how that last round went, they're calling a timeout.
Yeah, you probably, I'm not going to argue against it. Need to have a little conversation. Might have, that one's gotten away from him. But again, it's like, as a coach, you don't want to cause more panic by making it seem worse than it is when you call an early timeout like this. It's just like, all right, guys, like that round lost some focus, some miscommunication probably. And then also you want to have the conversation about the money and what kind of buy you're going to come up with. So it's more just like snap back into shape, boys. We let that one go. That was ours the whole way. That's the one we get. And
you probably can't play a standard round in a round like this, right? So you've got to come up with something a little
I would imagine we
tricksy.
See some potential, like some movements, like maybe like up fast towards short, see if there's a Molotov in play, see if you can take like a cheeky jiggle peek. 4 players towards the B bomb site to start. 2 going to stick around over in middle.
Quick burst out long here from paiN Gaming, Davideus.
Late pinch in towards Halls.
Yeah, Lato, and he got the dink down to 1 HP, 1 digit. Cleared out by Nissim.
There's your non-standard opening, and obviously an AK-47 to recover as well, but I think they're going to ignore it and try and hustle over to the bomb site because they need to get here quick. Davideus about to cross over, gap in the smoke, and a pre-fire off the flashbang. Lovely work.
Yeah, paiN Gaming now with the advantage. Staying committed towards this A bomb site. Some utility going forward. Lux trying to assist Sadzin. He's elevated on top of the box. Can the rifle, with the help of the fire, get a kill on towards the side? The answer is no. Oh my goodness, Sadzin with a jumping kill. Nissim also finding one on the rifle.
Yeah, but they got to take some time. They got to reposition on the map. They know both spots, so both of them Gonna wrap around, one gonna go up short. That is Nissim with the 2 HP. Sadzin headed towards long.
The scout
Bomb not
is
planted yet. Yeah, so they're timing this.
The scout's also effectively an AWP here for NQZ, and biguzera, oh my god, has gone down. 1 HP on Sadzin, 2 HP on Nissim, but as I mentioned, that scout is basically an AWP at this point for NQZ. Both players extremely low, but he's 17 HP.
Yeah, but the worst weapon, if you want to just clean up a low HP player, you'd love to have even just an SMG at this point. So slides out, wants to get aggressive, doesn't want to stick inside the bomb site.
Oh, nails the headshot. Now he's down to the 1v1, trying to figure out where Sadzin is.
No kit.
Sadzin's got to move. He'll give up his position. NQZ favored to win this now. The position is strong. The 1 HP. And there's the headshot.
Damn.
NQZ stays composed and silences 2 in the clutch.
So calm and collected. Great composure. It's got Snow hyped up. We can hear him yelling at the tail end. This is how it started. Another round where Legacy felt like they had a good crack at actually stealing this away in a 2-on-1. And just completely ruined by the Scout and the Tech 9. 17 HP on him, so it's not like he had a whole lot of mistakes to give up either, NQZ. Beautiful stuff, and no investment in this round from Legacy.
Oh, Zeus for Dumao in the lower tunnels. Let's see if he can get a little bit of excitement going. No. The taser does not connect. DGT will take 2 off short, and we leave Lato 1v3 with the AK. The bomb is top mid. Very far away from the rest of the squad right now.
Any more damage he can do would be great, and it's almost like just stay aggressive. Just stay like moving and trying to make it a play. Oh, that would have been... If he hit that shot, though, that's a very difficult shot to hit.
Oh, it is. But I liked living in the world where it happened, even for a moment.
I think you just save this if you're Lato as well. He's got a similar kind of idea, just falling back towards long A and just going to hold that position, knowing they're headed towards the B bomb site. No reason to attempt the 1v3 without getting an early kill.
Yeah, just hang on to it. But, you know, 3-1, the way the pistol started, it was a worrying sign. It looked like it was, you know, you don't get a bomb plant. It's a weak force by just the scout. Legacy given every opportunity to try and continue some of that momentum from Inferno, but that second round was disastrous, and so paiN have taken their opportunity. They've run with it. They're now 3-1 up in the game. We're going to get a buy back in the next round for Legacy. This AK save is huge because you have 3k already in the bank. And Sadzin will get the AWP out. Then we get to see how this game is going to continue. Will it be paiN showing us those new position changes, showing that impact that we've seen earlier in the competition, or will Legacy's defense have some real stopping power? A lot of questions that will be answered over the next few rounds here.
Terrorists win.
Mac 10 for biguzera, despite having money for something better.
I think the logic is they're just coming back from a force buy, going to be a lack of head armor most likely on a few players.
And he's right, there's 4 players without head armor.
Yeah, so whenever they do decide to go, biguzera can lead the way, or just any micro moment within the round, he can be the aggressor if he needs to. Legacy not motivated to hold on towards long when they saw all the flashbangs coming over, the smoke at the corner. So a firm retreat back into the bomb site where Sadzin's AWP can have some distance and some range to it. Lux immediately slides over towards short to hold on towards catwalk, make sure no pressure is coming to pinch them inside the bomb site. For paiN's side of things, it's long control, biguzera lurking over towards middle, throwing some utility to help activate Davideus, who will be in charge of cutting off any kind of rotation or any kind of presence from Legacy in middle. Lato has the last remaining CT smoke. That's over at the B bomb site, so nothing to chuck down long to make paiN a little nervous about stepping forward. They block the cross smoke, so they don't really feel nervous about having to use utility to break it open and get information. In fact, coming back to a clear of mid. But equally, paiN is coming back now, so this is dangerous. This can end up being a trap. Good first kill, and it's quick. So now they can sink away and disappear. But there's one more. biguzera coming in for a follow-up lurk.
Sadzin burning. He's going to have to drop on down and actually gets caught in his retreat downwards. DGT.
biguzera getting closer.
Yeah, biguzera around the backside. Mac 10 at the ready. Dumao out at Gandalf. It's going to be a head. Oh, shot taken eventually by biguzera. Took a while to line it up. No reaction coming through. Lux took a while to get that one as well. Spun around and nearly capitalized on his opportunity in the long player, but NQZ continuing to fry here for his squad and Snow to topple Nissim. A 4-1 lead for paiN Gaming, getting into the bomb site and keeping 3 players alive.
That's such a brilliant play from biguzera. I don't know if like this was his mindset, but I almost feel like biguzera understood the situation with that MAC-10, that he couldn't just peek top mid and try and support his teammates. So it's almost like, all right, I have to bait you. Like, you're going to die. Maybe try and get one, but then you set me up for that flank, and boy, does he win the round for his squad. Causes so much chaos and confusion. Just that one missed detail of Legacy, clearing out the lurk in middle and assuming it's going to be clear for the entirety of the round remaining.
paiN Gaming getting the start that they dreamt of here on Dust2. Start to put that Inferno behind you straight away. You're in the quarterfinals, finally. Snow going to be progressing up short. Molotov to the ledge, flash to assist. And Snow will clear as he progresses up cat. Strong control already for paiN Gaming with a minute mark left.
From as much as a talking point as he was for me in particular leading into this game, these first 5 rounds he's been pretty chill. Haven't had to get involved and be super important just yet.
A little bit more long focus from paiN in the last round instead of cat.
And very little like defense over. Like in this round, we see him take short, which was so impressive against bait, who was playing a lot of aggressive short defenses. Legacy not given those same looks, so Snow hasn't had much to be involved in to start these rounds.
Yeah, don't have the resources here. Gotta hope that Doomao can do some of this. 5-7, and he absolutely will. Doomao, double kill. Now they're gonna start pushing through the tunnels. Will they be able to catch him? Will they be able to catch this player, biguzera? The bomb nearly getting taken out in the lower tunnels by that Lado push around long side. This has suddenly become a very, very difficult round for paiN Gaming. One that could easily slip out of their hands. They're going to be coming out of the tunnels. Doomao's got another on the 5-7 somehow. And Satsa just keeps his head tucked down. It's Nissim on the 5-7. And then Legacy just kept charging in. Doomao, how has he got away with so much impact on the pistol?
Listen, Doomao is going to be in the frag videos, but that's basically a double kill for Sadzin. That flashbang is so perfect, it blinds 4 players of paiN all outside of the double doors that lets Doomao get 2 kills and survive. Just a perfect flashbang. And Doomao does the rest of the work from there. Very impressive and really, really, I almost did it again. Really, really hurtful to paiN. Yeah, really, really hurtful for paiN Gaming.
I mean, having to go for a timeout, it's rattled him. Obviously, that's a round you don't want to be losing. I was just banging on about how this is ideal. This is perfect. It's exactly what paiN would have hoped for.
Well, yeah, there was always going to be a rebuttal at some point. You just don't expect it to be in that fashion, right? And that stops you cold. And look at the money now when we come back into the server. There's the flash. Look how many people are so blind. Not a single one.
Doomao just kept going though, man. Like, he just went back, running through the B door smoke at the end as well to catch out Snow. When that 5-7 rips the heart of the attack out of your chest, it's just trying to figure out plan B and respond on the fly, and they just couldn't figure it out, that paiN. Then the Lado long flank comes in. That throws more confusion into the mix.
Yep.
paiN Gaming go for a timeout, and they don't have a lot of money built up. This is breaking point. Legacy can make the most of this.
Could be a big missed opportunity if they don't string 2 together. biguzera, lower dark, nade comes in, good damage. Chunk down to 72. Bomb is way outside upper B. Right out of the gate. Throws a mid to B smoke from that position to set up his teammates. biguzera and Snow starting to push in, and here comes the split.
Oh, this is a quick split, but 3 players waiting inside of the B bomb side. It's going to be hard to split open Nissim. Lato goes down at the window, though. That thins out the defense quite a bit. And Nissim getting caught, so it's Doomao again required. Can he go huge? He will get a double, and that keeps his team in this fight. paiN Gaming into the post plant, and the retake being set up.
Defense feels like it's not even close to strong enough for 3 defenders in that position inside the B bomb site and with the opening kill. Great work done by Snow to take out the window player. Molotov in towards car, but smoke is still up. That was thrown by Legacy, so
Lux
it's
is
gonna
through.
last.
Lux has run through, but Davide is in a position that Lux is just not ready for, and NQZ with a no-scope to the chest.
Was that a team flash that blinds Lux? That might have been an improvised play, and you say flash over for me, and you just don't really know where the flash is going. Maybe that part wasn't communicated, but Lux, I think, eats his teammate's flash.
Regardless, though, you're right. That defense did not post enough. Dumao barely is able to keep them even in that round. If he doesn't get the 2 kills up from Car, we're looking at nothing. Lato dying at the window. I should say, huge kill from Snow. Disappointing from Lato not to get anything done there. And Legacy, he had paiN right at the breaking point there.
Yeah, but because you won a 5-7 round and picked up some AK-47s, you've got another strong buy here. So everything you could possibly want if you're Legacy to try and get that one back. Oh, what a great shot. Break of the smoke. Dumao was just creeping out the cross.
Yeah, it's Snow showing what he can do. Even with the AWP, when he gets that long spawn, grabs the opener here for paiN Gaming. It's going to be a 4v5 to try and win here for Legacy. And this time, paiN Gaming are coming short, and there's no one here. They're not detecting this. So this is going to be quite surprising because paiN are going to have so many resources already on Catwalk.
Yeah, Lux is coming back now. He's got Molotov and smoke to delay things as long as possible. That smoke is actually headed towards the mid-double doors, so that Molotov is all he's got to delay. paiN's loving his decision there.
His closest help is Sadzin. He's got the AWP out long side here. Here comes the Catwalk execution, though. That'll negate the issue of the AWP. Oh, good break. But, I mean, a little bit too early. Doesn't detect him. Oh, Lux, this is risky. Going forward, going into the fight. Just about gets himself in position, ready to fight on for a double kill. Davideus continues to sweep away at this defense, but it's a 3v3, 40 seconds left, and Sadzin is paranoid about the long flight, but comes back and gets destroyed anyway by Davideus. DGT in the open, Lato with an important kill, and that grenade goes up into the bomb site, but it's not going to be all that effective.
Yeah, a little bit of cute from DGT, kind of stepping up and trying to use that smoke as a one-way, completely punished for it. Lato blocked off now. His teammate's gone up Catwalk. That's going to be Nissim. Bomb chucked up into the site for the plant. 18 seconds on the clock as that goes down. And Lato looks like he's going to be content to wait out this smoke. NQZ hears the footsteps and knows it.
Yeah, he knows he's in that. Got him trapped behind that smoke. It'll start to fade away soon. There it is. Here's the fight. NQZ so primed, so ready. And another post plant goes the way of paiN.
Dominant on Dust2 thus far. 6-2. They've overcome every complication and every obstacle. Yeah, they lose a little bit of a silly round to the 5-7s in Dumao, but they get it right back in the next one and back to their winning ways. Now you got them playing Counter-Strike. Snow taking the spawn with the AWP, not usually seeing him with the weapon, a broken smoke for an opening kill, and then just precision. Lovely shooting here on Dust2 so far from paiN, and Legacy, with all the skill on this roster at the moment, they can't match it.
Another timeout being taken here for Legacy. It's going to be frustrating because they know how capable they are on this map. They've had their opportunities, a clean pistol. They lost a stupid round in the follow-up. Then you win a 5-7 round. You think that's got you back into the game, and you can see 2 gun rounds in a row. There's an update on the B stream. We just watched a dominant win for Team Liquid. You would be right in saying that Soul are going to win this one. Yeah. Dude, we talked about Train looked so good for Liquid the other day.
Yeah, it did. Obviously, it's gone the other direction. The ups and downs of a new roster that haven't had a lot of time to practice. It's all been improving on match days and match experience. And we've seen throughout the group stages, there's, map pool for Liquid is still a little bit shaky. Some maps look good, some maps look rough, especially individually for someone like Elige.
Legacy have decided to invest a little bit into this round. It's a bit of a mix and match in terms of who's invested, who's left some money over. Dumao obviously weak on cash in the residual department, but he's got a 5-7 armor. They've cleared out tunnels. They've got a lot of info early here, Legacy. But they're not in position yet to deal with the A threat, but they could get back in time, and it looks like they will.
Been spotted out clearing mid, so that's basically biguzera just saying, okay, they know what's up. Again, in a round like this, you don't really care. You kind of know that they know what's up. You just have the overwhelming superiority in terms of firepower and utility.
Let's see if that's going to be enough. Legacy putting the numbers on the bomb site at least, but let's see if the 5-7s and pistols of varying kinds can show up in any way. DGT making sure Lato's uncomfortable. Oh, that's an important kill. DGT though recovering the mess.
He's looking sharp.
He is looking very sharp.
Precise shot onto Nissim, who had the sole M4, really the only point of danger that could have won the round for Legacy, and he beams him between the eyes.
Well, 7-2 now for paiN. And you're right in terms of the main talking point coming into this was all about Snow. Haven't really had to play that game plan. It's been quite a lot of long focus.
Yeah, and I mean, Davideus is playing really well, NQZ is playing really well. biguzera only 3 kills, but he had that huge flank up catwalk a few rounds back that won them the round. So even the players not getting big numbers of kills are making impactful plays when called upon. Really cool look of paiN here on Dust2. Nuke would be the deciding map. If paiN continue on this kind of a trajectory and bring us there.
Okay, biguzera, a little bit spotted. Sadzin strikes for the opener. Reaction from paiN Gaming is to accelerate up through short. Sadzin's going to draw back. He was initially in middle, now over towards the A-bomb site. And paiN Gaming, they slow it down. They progress up cat, they take the control, but they're blocked out by smoke at the moment.
Yeah, and you have some time, even with the man disadvantage, to use some of this utility to try and bait out some counter nades, bait out a peek. I think they're gonna fall back into a mid to B split. Flashbang's gonna allow Davideus to execute. A whole shot into that smoke by Lux to find one, so now a 2-man advantage.
Snow down into a CT, an important frag from NQZ, and right back into the round again are paiN. Dumao, short play, that's the bomb. An important kill to find. Can Snow win another fight? Yes, he can. Takes a lot of damage, down to 33 HP as we hit 30 seconds on the clock. Lato racing back, catching DGT, and actually had enough bullets to deal with Snow as well.
Yeah, a little bit brawly in that round, got awkward. Good push from Dumao to stop the bomb plan, and that made paiN really have to get flushed out of their positions to try and recover and still save the round in their favor. Snow does everything he can. 8 kills for him, 8 deaths. It's a 4-round lead for paiN. But Legacy have given themselves a chance to claw this back as close as possible going into halftime. But they're fighting tooth and nail to stay in so many of these rounds.
Can they go on a streak at the end of the half, though? Legacy has been so sporadic, unable to string rounds together, but they really need to at this point if they want to win this series 2-0. A reminder, you got to play the semifinals today as well. You don't get that break, that usual day off between playoff games. You've got to go right back in again. So you want to make sure you win the series as quickly as possible if you're Legacy. And if they win this round, Jason, 7-5 is likely.
Is doable as well.
Snow's the bomb carrier. Just keep note of that. Progressing up through cat. Lux has been pretty solid at points throughout this half at getting a multi-kill, and he's going to play on the ledge. Just behind that smoke. And speaking of smokes, there's one for the CT cross.
Yeah, unfortunately, that smoke thrown to the mid-double doors, DGT was already out, so he sees that it's clear and actually takes advantage to just step in front of it. They're going to boost up to pick towards the... Oh, this is dangerous! Easy shot, lovely boost.
I love that play. NQZ to grab the opening move with a little bit of ingenuity. 35 seconds left on the round. Sadzin, can he strike with his AWP? He absolutely will. Dumao tapping away from Carr, a second headshot, and that breaks apart paiN's walk in towards this A-bomb site. Davideus had his chance. He actually managed one after that labored spray. And NQZ is just not going to do much in this round. He retreats to save the AWP, but even that mercy is unlikely to be given, but he earns it with a shot on Lato.
Now be careful, money isn't good for Legacy. They can't actually afford to take this AWP down. That one kill is going to seal it. paiN will have an AWP in the final round of the half. And I think Legacy, a couple players, they should be mostly fine. Lato's hurt, but he can get a drop. They should be fine for a full buy as well into this final round. But the problem for paiN is around that AWP, you can't really get everything. Everyone else is stuck right around $2,000. $2,800 on Davideus is the most of the remaining guys. NQZ surviving means no bonus money, so he can't pass anything over. So really labored. And you're right, a good advantage for Legacy, despite the half that it's been, despite how dominant paiN have looked for the majority of it. 5 ain't bad at all. This is the first time Legacy has strung 2 rounds together. The last two that we've played, they won the pistol, and then they didn't win a round all the way until round 6. And then these last 2 rounds combined for 4, and now we can see if they can string 3 together to go into the next half.
Well, Legacy better take this opportunity. They missed out on a few of them in this half already. But 7-5 is doable, especially if they win both pistols on this map. Here goes NQZ. Out towards top middle. It's going to be Sadzin's off. Aggressive in the lower tunnels. Get out of there. Don't want to be traded or even taken out without a kill. So he's dropped back behind the smoke. Made it to safety behind the double doors. He's continuing to fight on. And Snow actually has sustained heavy damages. He's down to 4 HP. But look at this. Look how active Legacy are, Jason.
Yeah, I like this a lot. And that's why you see Lux just chucking out delay utility. Just saying, let's set him up perfectly for this flank from Nissim.
Oh, Trigger Discipline as well. Wants to gather as much space, as much information as possible. biguzera, he's guaranteed to be dead here. Don't let him go through the doors. Yeah, let's let him go.
He's fine. He just wants to make sure there's no one else on cat. He's like, guys, it's biguzera. He has a deagle. He's going to be out mid.
Oh my gosh, he's still letting it go down, and now they know it's a long play. Doom out. He's just waiting. Out from Blue Bin. It's a kill on the rifle. Nissim did take that kill eventually on biguzera. Now we've got Lux at car. 50 seconds. Good angle. Should be at least one here for him. But a boost again. Run boost over the top. Bursts at the head of Snow. DGT with a response. But it's Nissim with a big round here. Proactive through the tunnels. Comes back to finish on the A bomb site. And 5 rounds collected in the end from Legacy.
Took them a lot of time to plant their feet in this half. Took them basically the entirety of it. All the way up until round 10 was when they started this 3-round win streak. So they've clawed together just enough. But make no mistakes about it. That's a dominant half from paiN. Dominant to a degree where it feels like the scoreline isn't enough in their favor. We get to see now what paiN's defense can do, what Legacy's going to call on the offense. And I don't know, it's going to be interesting considering how Lux called on the previous map was so impressive. You get to this one now. Let's see what you got on the T side.
Yeah, pistol round win would go a long way. Legacy obviously winning the pistol in the first half, having a disastrous second. They didn't even let the bomb go down. They still lost the round.
No, that was not a fun round to watch. That's one of the ones you want to have back because they gave up a lot of advantages. Kind of set the tone, it felt like, for the rest of the half after that. Took them way too long to snap back into things. Pistol round is live. Snow's going to have dualies on the CT side. Smoke flash for NQZ. Smoke nade for biguzera. So a lot of utility on the paiN Gaming side.
Yeah, smoke flash, smoke molly here for the side of the Legacy. See what kind of call Lux has up his sleeve for this pistol round. So the bomb will start outside of B. Toss a smoke, line up into middle. On towards the Xbox. And then everybody else gathering outside of long. And then the short take with that Xbox smoke. Sadzin's going to be running up.
Even missed the Molotov that helps protect him from a peek, but nobody home for paiN to actually challenge for anything. And it's very noisy up on short, making tons of footsteps, making sure that paiN know they're coming here.
Well, Davideus retreating further and further back. A flash forcing him around the corner. At least no casualties yet in the round as Legacy race up long. It's Nissim's opener. Continuing his fragging from the last round of the first half straight into the start of the second. It looks like 2 pistols back to back here on Dust2 for Legacy.
That's such a sick round. The short players just bullied paiN. Like come fight us catwalk. We'd love it. And paiN wanted nothing of it and backed away from every single chance and was playing passive from the start, but then your attention turns, you let them out long, and then you've got nowhere to play. That's actually well constructed and puts paiN in just terrible positions to fight.
Well, now that 3-round sort of string that they got at the end of the first half becomes a lot more impactful when you start the second with a pistol round victory. If you are able to win this second round, unlike the first half, you can get off to a pretty good lead here, Legacy.
That's what kind of sucks for Legacy, although it doesn't really matter for them in the moment, is you've won both pistol rounds, but you don't really get the effect of the first pistol round you won because you didn't convert. So it would have been great to have that in this map that can close out the series and bring you into the semifinals. Still going to be confident. 4 rounds in a row stretching back into the first half, and Legacy get the advantage moving into round 14. Famas on Snow, Deagle picked up by Davideus, MP9 on DGT.
The threat is going to be there. Let's see if Legacy can avoid it. Can't afford to slip up here. Gonna be a long start. DGT heading over that with NQZ. They'll nade stack into long. That's going to be a lot of information. Nissim's going to see the nades and call over that they've started heavy long. biguzera taking a tag.
That's a great tag to get early on as well, because biguzera is not going to be very motivated to actually challenge and look for picks of his own and tags of his own now. He's got to just switch positions into the B bomb site and play safe. So you've neutered one of the most dangerous weapons the opposition has in this round.
Catwalk execute, deploy for Legacy. Should be favored to comfortably take the bomb site. Davide is blinded. Again blinded. Again blinded. It's just flash after flash landing in his face. He goes up into the fight. They haven't taken the site though. They haven't taken control. And in fact, NQC's got a kill and the rotation has arrived. It could get messy here. It could get very messy, Jason.
It's already messy. They're trying to clean things up as we speak. I don't know if they'll be able to.
Oh my God.
They almost want to back away. They have time. They have time to pause though and just be patient.
Oh, not again, Legacy. Not again. Dumao trying to get the plant. He's going to secure it, so now it comes to a retake for paiN Gaming, but Snow has taken Lato. It's Dumao still committed to the bomb site. Nissim saving the day again. He's got that read on the flank, but he's still looking towards the ramp. He's trying to bait out the peak now for biguzera, but the timing, will biguzera go at the right time? The tag, the shot lands. Now Nissim is going to be looking solely on biguzera, but the grenade comes in. Now it's the AK. Time is ticking on that fuse, and Dumao keeps his head down. Keeps himself hidden in the bomb site. biguzera on the hunt, and Dumao will cast him aside. A 4K as Dumao delivers them that second round to you in the second half, but it is so damn close again.
20 kills and 8 deaths for Dumao. A huge save in the clutch in the 1v1, but he is just racking up frags in this match. It's a strong carry performance from one of the stars of Legacy, and that digs them out of a very difficult scenario. paiN Gaming back to just pistols. No investment here as much as they'd like to. Not able to muster up any kind of a buy to put a stop to Legacy.
Always a question, you know, when we talk about Brazil, the conversation is always the best Brazilian players don't often end up on the best Brazilian team. It's hard to put that super team together, you know. The Brazilian players of talent are all spread across different organizations. Dumao and Lato have always been in that conversation. It's been a long time building this Legacy project up. Start of the year in January 2025, we see Lux leave the paiN organization, go over to Legacy, become an in-game leader. And we have watched Legacy grow throughout this year. They went to Austin. They weren't meant to be at the major. That was their breakout. A slow start to the second season here in 2025. But they've won a trophy now. They lifted it in Shanghai over 3D Max. And now they could be toppling paiN in the quarterfinals of PGL Masters Bucharest.
And we're starting to see the consistent performances out of Dumao and Lato as well, which is making this team just very, very dangerous moving forward. Going to be fun to watch them competing. Round 16, the guns are back out for paiN, up in the hands of NQZ. M4s across the board surrounding it. Double doors smoke. Legacy being very cautious in case of a lower push. And they'll have Xbox control moving forward.
Two players at risk of that MAC-10. One of them is NQZ, which is where the MAC-10 is currently coming towards. The other one's DGT, both A players. They're going to block out Dumao, stop that continued push with a smoke, and actually DGT goes back to the issue.
Actually, I mean, that's painful, though. I mean, there's no smokes remaining at this A bomb site. When this one goes out, the only other smoke is on Davideus, and he's down at long. So Catwalk's going to be open for the attack afterwards for Legacy.
I see DGT looking over to the
Here
screen.
Comes Flash Peek coming in.
We've got the swing out with the flash coming up, but DGT just cast aside, opening for Legacy, continuing the push over. NQZ, oh, he's missed too many shots, goes for the re-peek, and that's the site falling favorably into the hands of Legacy. At least one kill from biguzera, but it doesn't really change the game, especially when Dumao just drops in on him, and the MAC-10 is effective.
Yeah, still chewing up those players without head armor for sure. Out towards long, Davideus just waiting, and I mean, he was hoping he would have some impact late in the round if his teammates could do any damage to this attack, but when that doesn't come, he just has to sit here and wait. Now hitting tab, Legacy's going to realize the long player's still alive. We've never been up towards pit. Lado looking to flush him out of his hidey hole. Sadzin and Dumao coming down to help out. Good kill from Davideus, but can he get another? Op will be recovered when the bomb blows it towards Dumao's position. He's going to try and catch it out of the air. Surely.
He got it.
Oh, yeah, he did. So there's no shoes. He's got some hops.
Dude.
Yeah.
Who needs airs when you can just use your feet?
Natural jumps.
He's just running around the court with his bare feet. That would be next level.
Timeout for paiN. It's their second one. On the back foot on this CT side, yet to win a round. It's now 7 in a row stretching into the first half. 4 straight in the second half for Legacy.
It is so unreasonable, though, isn't it, that you win your first trophy and your brand is that you're the guy that doesn't wear shoes or socks.
I'm here for it. I like it. Good for Dumao.
Oh, it is a tough old time now for paiN Gaming. It's been a while since they've won a round here. Legacy on a run. Momentum on their side. There needs to be one big moment here in the game for paiN to finally put a stop to it. Otherwise, this could run away from them.
It's a scrappy buy in this round where they do have the ability to actually win it and snatch it away. You probably want some tags with the scout. Going to be hard to do now. biguzera's been tagged on the cross.
He's just having a rough time, isn't he, this half?
You want Snow with the M4 to be able to do something for you, but the next round, paiN has all the bells and whistles. They've saved enough money. Next round will be the off, full utility, M4s with full utility, defuse kits, everything. But running out of time to put a stop to this onslaught.
Oh, DGT, side of the smoke. Dumao taking some backtracks. Doesn't want to put himself in too risky of a position. That Lux put on notice at 12 HP. Oh my god, another tag from Sadzin.
Who's on notice now?
Still Lux. He's now got the AWP. He's been given the duties of the opera, and okay, Dumao, the way he's playing. Don't want to lose his life early in the round itself. Here goes Lux going for the peak, and the wall bangs that. Dumao to take NQZ out of the question, and this is all falling apart for paiN Gaming.
That's not a wall bang. He actually shot him through his teammate. Yep, but he did every kill matters. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter how you get it. Job from Nissim deep in towards the B bomb site, catching someone off in CT spawn. And a huge advantage. Smoking off door. He's won the round, secured the strongest position. It was always going to be a tough round with a scrappy buy brought in by paiN, so they're content to back off with the one rifle they came in with and an extra AK-47 on top.
Oh, well, Legacy can see the finish line. They can see the semifinals on the horizon.
This next round is everything for paiN. This is what they kind of saved some money for. Now with these 2 rifles, DGT and Davideus will have some money in the bank after the rest of their team invests moving forward, so some money to play with regardless, but best opportunity to stop this is going to be round 18. Motivated to hunt a little bit, but when they don't find anyone inside the A bomb site, kind of giving things up, turns the corner. DGT off angle takes down Nissim. No big deal there on the loss. 3-round lead for Legacy. 5 in a row in this second half.
This feels like the moment for paiN Gaming. If you're going to show up, if you're going to come back into this game and send us to the 3rd of Nuke, then take this gun round. It's your last timeout. Gotta end this streak. Otherwise, it just has all the signs that Legacy are gonna run over the top of them. As you mentioned, they're on the side of the bracket with Liquid and Saw. Legacy took a loss to Liquid to kick off the tournament, 2-1.
Liquid's actually beat them in the last 2 series they've played against each other.
If Liquid get through Saw, and Legacy win here, there'll be a moment of graduation for Legacy to see if they can defeat Liquid. But that's all to be seen, as that 3rd map is only starting in the quarterfinal over that. 10-7. Legacy on a run. paiN Gaming gotta show some life right now, and they're gonna push into the tunnels with 2.
Being watched, though.
It is, but Nissim gets his gun out in time, moves behind the cover. If he goes too far in the open, NQZ actually hits the shot, but Nissim still able to stand, and he's got the information.
Yeah, how is he alive? Took some
don't know.
M4 bullets, an op shot through the wall, down very, very low, but still being alive is brutal. The secondary op gets a tag. They've got him pinned down. Molotov is there, sneaking
No
in
way,
his Nissim. He went aggressive. They never expected it, and now he's caused chaos.
Dude, how has Nissim got away with that? Not only how is he alive, but how has he just walked into B and got a kill? Lato, with a chaos created, is able to get himself a follow-up, this time on DGT, and they know Snow is alone inside of the B-bomb site. Snow's got to go massive, and Lux goes so far ahead of his teammates. He runs in alone. The tag's there as well. Snow's got another one, and Snow is saving paiN right now. Lato gets a kill towards biguzera, who's trying to come and help. Davide is spotted. No kill from Lato, and it's Dumao up against Snow for the 1v1. 11 rounds for Legacy. If Dumao can win this, but it's Snow to save the day.
Finally they put an end to the run. It was 8 rounds straight going back to the last 3 of Legacy's CT side, but Snow has an incredible performance. Nissim almost undoes everything that paiN wanted in that round. That's actually a really disgusting play with 2 health.
Remember, this is the loss bonus is definitely helping out right now. A round like that where you have a double op set up and you lose everyone apart from Snow would often just be breaking, but paiN have extra cash. They still got that double op setup going for them.
The 2 saved weapons as well in the previous round. That's helped them out with them extra money to be able to buy something strong here.
They've got to go on a run now. Snow has given them the moment.
Oh, it's a miss Molotov, and that's not ideal for the short play, but NQZ has kind of gone more passive. Deep grenade chunks down Lato.
And Legacy look to stabilize. They can bounce back with a response that is swift. They can get back on track immediately. Coming through the mid doors, Dumao makes the solo play forward. He's got Lato racing in behind him. Lato just going up to the B-bomb site, but Snow, he's removed Nissim. He's removed that threat. And Legacy have now fallen to 2 players, and this is going to be paiN's.
Yeah, this time they were doing similar kind of moves to create chaos once again and slide into the gaps, but this time paiN handles it all with no issues. They can't win any of those isolated fights.
paiN are back online. DGT making a sound cue. Sadzin not able to capitalize on the opportunity, and Lux has died elsewhere.
Okay, game gets interesting now because Legacy is out of money.
Right.
It's a great opportunity for paiN to tie things up at 10 just when all seemed lost. Such a massive streak for Legacy, and it felt like paiN was never going to get back into the game. Snow provides them with some life.
Try and hold on to this AWP with everything you've got, Sadzin. You know where NQZ is, pinned at the door. Barrel confirms it. Flash coming up. Oh, the damage done, but not enough to drop NQZ, and he's humbled. He'll fall back. He doesn't want to commit to that.
Yeah, but that's enough damage done and enough of a presence to be able to say, I'm going to save this op. Like, you guys aren't taking this out of my hands. Looks like Sadzin, or excuse me, biguzera wants something to say about that. Okay.
Boom. Oh, quick scope is close. Ooh, it's a dangerous battle going on right now between the Alpras. Sadzin, don't die after the time, whatever you do. And he won't go for the peak, so he'll hold on to the AWP and at least carries that into the next round here. But paiN Gaming, this is their second chance.
I think you just save everything you possibly can around this if you're Legacy and have a strong buy going into the next round. No need to risk it all by putting your economy in a weird place. Almost creeping out middle and finding some of these angles and finding some of these cheeky kills that could have unraveled paiN. They want a pick in the B bomb site from the op, and they just want to follow it up. That's a great deep nade onto Dumao, but he won't care, and now potentially a boost.
Oh, okay, this looks strong. This looks very strong right now for the paiN defense. You got biguzera's AWP, Snow's rifle. biguzera will take the first contact. Snow will be set up to knock him over.
If you chuck out a lurk smoke, the problem is it makes Snow's position even stronger. But maybe one of the hardest rounds to work around a hero weapon is like, the op can't go aggressively find you something. Not in this situation in B tunnels. So you very much do just only have the option of feeding the pistols forward and seeing if you can create the space for the op to get involved in the late round.
biguzera descending onto the platform. Snow's taking the first, and there's the second. That's what you're talking about with that lurk smoke. Gives Snow a lot more options to play with. Satsin eventually dropping him through the side of the wall and through the smoke. He'll drop back again and attempt the save call with the sniper. He might be a little bit more deliberate in terms of trying to get rid of it, but not really in a position to do so. Davideus is now arriving up towards top mid.
You want to be careful, though. Davideus has 300 in the bank. biguzera has 100 in the bank. If Davideus goes down, would need a drop, and then your money's not exactly pretty. You'd be setting yourself up to be reset in the final few rounds of the map, and that would be a nightmare. Footsteps made. Sadzin turns, doesn't want the shot, wants to preserve the AWP, so still in play. And now his teammates around him can buy AK-47s and rifles instead of just the unarmored pistols in the previous round. But we've got a game on our hands now that paiN has woken up in the second half. 10-10, 4 rounds remain. Semifinals on the line. Legacy just 3 rounds away from meeting either Liquid or SAW in the next stage of the playoffs.
And this feels like one of the deciding rounds on Dust2. Doom out, sets up to try and deal with the biguzera aggression, but Nissim just strolls on in. It's biguzera with the opener. Doom out sprinting up through short. He's got it. Doom out to drop DGT. And they're not hitting pause for long. They continue to move up through short, but that grenade is brutal.
Yeah, Beefy softens him up for Davideus, who's going to play in towards
Oh my God, Doom out.
I don't think NQZ ever expected. He just had to pull the trigger in shocking fashion, and the hit is following up.
Yeah, this is now looking rough for Legacy. Down to 3 players, 2 of which are incredibly low. You've still got to get past Davideus. The rotations have arrived. You just ain't winning this one. NQZ and Davideus shutting it all down. Lado caught from the Davideus peak. 11-10. Legacy just seem to have thrown everything out the window and are just trying to brawl.
Just a game of streaks at the moment. It just feels like one team has all the momentum until it's taken away from them, and no team is able to really challenge back. A large chunk of the first half was a 7-1 run for paiN. Legacy wins 8 in a row to bring it back, but then once again, paiN has just retaken control. 3 in a row.
Yeah, now we're looking at a Galil. Pistols on the rest here for Legacy. paiN Gaming should be taking this one to map point. That Snow 1v1 earlier on against Doom out, winning out that clutch has brought paiN back into the game.
Davideus and Snow both with 18 kills. Dumao's done so much for Legacy, carried them through stretches, but now you need a second player to be there with him.
Lux running. A lot of stats being heard here for biguzera. Silently dropping, not giving away his spot. Davideus, the long flank this early in the round. Lux actually won that fight against biguzera, so the round is still on. DGT in a bit of a panic. He's running out of bullets. He's running out of health. Dumao over the top. Davideus on the flank. Again, trying to save them, but Dumao's Deagle ripping through heads. It's Snow and NQZ, a 2v2, and Lux starts rattling bullets off. He got the dink. Can they overrun him? The damage being done, and he sets up Sadzin. 3 HP, 8 HP. Low HP players down in spawn. And Sadzin, he could swipe them away. He could tie this game up and give Legacy a chance again. Oh, but it's instantaneous death. Snow with the headshot. The shoot confirmed that we get Nuke. Again, it is Snow stepping up for this paiN squad. He won a crucial 1v1 earlier against Dumao, which is the reason paiN have gone on this streak, and that looked set up for Sadzin.
Yeah, most of this game, Dumao was the star, but in this second half, Snow, ever since they got this winning streak started with his performance, he's been a beast. That is an incredible shot to save the day. 11 combined health, and Snow makes it no problem at all. 12-10. Legacy got to rattle off 2 in a row, but they've had so many strong rounds, so many advantages in different situations, not able to close it out.
Yeah, got to get this one into OT now. There's Lato. Good start. Takes the long spawn. Takes it for a spin, but biguzera the response from short is swift. Here goes, oh my god, Dumao again, just making such risky plays.
Well, they're reading the fact that there's that aggression off, off Cat, right? That they got the pick there, and you say, okay, most of the forces will be not at long, but he was so wrong. And the double op is now chewing Legacy up.
Yeah, this is going to be Nuke. Sadzin and Lato. You can't say Legacy didn't have their opportunities. It's wild to see them go on such a streak, lose one round, and then never show up again. Very streaky game of Counter-Strike here on Dust2. The semi-finals still on the line. DGT ready to drop Lato. Easier said than done, though. Is it still doable, Jason? They've still got a minute left. Just under. Smokes the cross. The smoke will ran out. Severs off the vision of biguzera. Snow is going to start coming closer to this A finish as 30 seconds remain. paiN Gaming will know Legacy will attempt to finish on this A bomb site. This one is for the map. Sadzin crosses over to the car. The bomb is made to the site. biguzera out from the elevator is going to punish Sadzin's off. And there we go. paiN finally close it out at 13-10. Snow is their savior here on Dust2. And we're going to Nuke to decide who is heading to the semis.
How did that happen to Legacy? That one round loss after their streak and they just couldn't come back. Why not?
It was the same thing in the first half too. I think they lost so many situations. It was just 2v2.
For the past few weeks of competition, and you get a break in time to boot camp and time to fix the problems and deepen the map pool. Still going to be, depressed today at the fashion of that loss.
I think you'll be definitely depressed. Especially, yes, it's the way you get beat out by Saul. But early days still for the Liquid team. Certainly not early days for Legacy or paiN, two rosters that have been together for a while now. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this series ends, because both maps have been exciting. Inferno was one-sided, but still at its moments. Dust2 was back and forth and chaotic. So let's see what Nuke has in store for us.
Yeah, paiN going to be starting on the CT side. Upper rush, first kill for NQZ. Traded off, and down the vent we go, but can't make it. Lato gets caught, so the bomb is the only one down here, and Nissan will be challenged by DGT. So now Legacy have to slow it down, and they have to play the chaos of the scenario rather than hustling in and playing the post plan.
Nissan with the bomb on his back. Oh my... Okay, well, not much you can really do about that. DGT just peeking out from ramp. Dumao at least still fighting upper, but he's separated from his teammates. Sadzin's going to put that bomb down, confirming at a minimum there will be a good force buy in the next round. But what can Sadzin really accomplish on his own?
He has to get one coming into transition, and there was Davideus. That was the one you would have liked to have had. Remember, this bomb isn't going to be easy to defend the defuse, especially with two more players coming in.
Yeah, so now the waves of CT players come. They're going to block him, close the doors. That defuse can be stuck around the opposite side of Silo, just playing with him, keeping those doors open and closed. And Legacy will just have to settle with the fact they got a bomb plant and 2 kills. But that's a huge start here for paiN Gaming. Going to be feeling on top of the world after closing out Dust2. And it was Snow that was the deciding factor. I mean, we were talking about him in the context of the T side, but it was the CT side where he delivered the most impact in the late stages.
Yeah, just stepping up in various moments. But it's one of those tricky things. You always hear players talk about confidence. This was a big talking point for Naf with his resurgence individually and his post-game interview just the other day when they qualified for the playoffs, talking about how important confidence is to a player. But you put Snow in different positions on the T side and he starts having better and better games. That confidence is just going to build and it's going to bleed over to the CT side. So yeah, Snow was incredibly impactful on Dust2. Big reason, probably the most important reason why they actually won the map and brought us here to Nuke. So we'll see what his performance is like on this third map.
Well, with that bomb plant, Legacy have money to either prioritize utility or prioritize getting good rifles out. They've decided to go for the AK-47 option. There's 2 of them in play, one in Lux, one in the hands of Dumao. Dumao had a stellar performance in a game that was lost by Legacy. So let's see what he's capable of in a round like this. Nothing. biguzera drops both rifles immediately.
Yeah, cheeky little off angle for the first one, and then Dumao distracted as NQZ peppers him as well, and biguzera just gets to mop it up on the repeat. AK-47 salvage on Sadzin. Lato's going to come out here and try and do the exact same thing, but those smokes are about to fade, so it's got to be quick. And Sadzid's got the bomb as well, so you're really motivated to join up with him because you don't want that bomb traversing on its own. As we can see on the minimap in the lower bomb site, there's already snow rotated down here to keep attention and keep information for the paiN defense in a 5-on-3.
Just jump spot him. Lato and Sadzid eventually going to walk into what is going to be a grenade from Snow. And, no, actually, they haven't.
Crouched underneath it. He hasn't spotted it yet.
Now you'll see them. The grenade goes in. But they get on by. Sadzid with the AK up towards the double doors.
Taking their attention for the crossfire. Beautifully done. An easy kill for DGT. You need that frag if you want to bring the bomb back up the vents. And Sadzin, there's 9 seconds. And you either need to plant or you need to die. And he's going to get a kill and the plant. Snow going to have to bomb rush him. He's exposed to control side. Bomb will not go down. AK-47 recovered as well, but at least taken down before the time of the round ended and no bonus money.
Yeah, 1 second in it as well. So either you were dying before time or you were getting the plant. So either way, he had timed it perfectly. paiN Gaming 2-0 lead, looking good. For Legacy, that force buy doesn't pan out. The 2 AKs, unfortunately, the first 2 victims of the round. So paiN Gaming with a great opportunity here. And when you look at Legacy, you don't win the pistol, you don't win the second round force. That means you're going to have to win your T rounds in gun rounds. And this third and final map becomes the most difficult it can be.
Dumal's going to slide outside. No rifle to really turn this round entirely, but some damage is what they're looking for to start. biguzera with another angle behind single box. Being a little ratty in these first few rounds outside with the way he's taken fights and positioned himself. Easy at a distance for NQZ. And again, Legacy in a 2v5 and really nothing to talk about here. So 3-0 for paiN on the start. Without taking a whole lot of damage, you're gonna be loving this.
What we've seen throughout this game so far is when 2 of these teams get going, it just seems to be a big streak, right? You just get this huge streak of rounds until they're stopped, and then the opponent grabs them.
Yeah, that was Dust2, wasn't it? Big run from paiN, big run from Legacy, and then a big run from paiN to close it out.
Yeah, but for Inferno, it never really fell out of Legacy's hands.
Yes.
They were in control of it the whole way forward. paiN have the opportunity to be in that position on Nuke. I mean, you can really set the tone on the CT side. We're about to find out what kind of fight Legacy are going to bring on this T side. Legacy have played Nuke. They got a win on it. They played it twice at this event so far. They took a loss against Liquid and then a win against Astralis. Astralis, a good Nuke team at times. At times.
At times.
Sometimes. I mean, yesterday they got a win against Aurora.
Well, yeah, Rugga and Magisk was opping, so...
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, who's going to beat him on the map when that's happening?
All right, let's see how this Legacy 5 AK-47 round goes. Outside smokes. Only the one, the first smoke. And Dumal's going to work with it.
We always talk about T-side Nuke, how nice it is to get an economic advantage early and just pile on some rounds because of that. Well, Legacy has to get to work quickly because of the way the money has worked out in these first 3 rounds and so many players surviving on the paiN side of things. You've done nothing to limit it, to limit the cash growth. That's a very bold start to the half. A very aggressive mid-round lobby push from Davideus. They think ramp is completely clear because of this push. I don't know how this detail has been missed by paiN's defense, but this is a nightmare of a moment for it to have happened. For whatever reason, they thought ramp was just going to be completely clear.
Snow winning in the vent. Oh, a double. Snow looks very comfortable until finally taken out by Dumal. biguzera. Oh, it's going to be an easy kill for him. Sadzin just running with his knife out. Wasn't ready for biguzera to be standing there. 44 seconds, bomb on the ground. A mission recovery now for Legacy with 2 low HP players. biguzera finally finished off by Dumal. We can go back to the double doors and pick up that bomb again.
Okay, there's Davideus with another one. It's only Dumal. 1 versus 2. Into the bomb site we go. Gonna plant inside the smoke. NQZ calls it out. Here's the click. So Davideus coming down ramp. NQZ over by the single door. And Dumal's got to win something special to get his team started on Nuke.
Dumal can be the impact player time and time again for Legacy. Trying to figure out what is the best pathway here. They get on that defuse now. Dumal realized it might be too much of a risk to get out to a single door, but he's not even going for it now. They're just going to hold it. They stick it on the first defusal. Davideus gets the shot off as well. And it's 4-0 as paiN Gaming continue the flawless start.
4-0 here on Nuke. They ended Dust2 on a 6-0 streak, paiN. So, I mean, 10 rounds in a row going back to the second map. It's been a long time since Legacy had something positive to hang their hat on. Any kind of a round win. biguzera has been a nuisance outside so far in the early going. 6-1 for him to open up on Nuke. 5-2 for DGT.
Lux on the run, down the vent. Good position to gain early on here. DGT's going to have to address that as the communication flows through the comms that, in fact, there has been one player that possibly could have got down into B.
Yeah, and it seemed like they had the idea. He went and checked, but saw nothing, and now Lux just has, oh lord, he just has so much room. It seems like there's no concept this is possible.
Well, DGT is coming back, but Lux is all the way up on ramp. Like, DGT is about to get spotted and taken out here. The Galil has easily taken that opening kill, and that's opened up the ramp room entirely. Now Legacy can just flow down into B.
Yeah, Lux is doing a great job of controlling these double doors, and now with the Molotov, nobody's going to peek from there. So block off the single door. Snow's going to push right on through. Legacy, the best advantage they've had on this map yet.
Oh, Snow moves out into the open. Doom out continues to frag out here for Legacy. Davideus in the mix. A good double opens up the conversation again. The bomb is not planted. NQZ still around. And with Lato's head no longer attached to the rest of his body, it's a 2v2. And biguzera, he's still coming down the ramp room. He's still yet to get involved.
This is terrifying for Legacy. Such an advantage in the round, and the way that it's emphatically ripped away from you. Now you just feel like you can do nothing right. paiN always in the position.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, position, biguzera arrives at the perfect time to stop that plant from happening, put a Nissim in a 1v2. He's got to recover this bomb, put it down in the site. Time is ticking on. He doesn't have that luxury to fake a plant here and really try and work this. He fakes it, then he's dead. As he looks into the wall, NQZ peeks out, and look how fired up they are.
I love it.
That's a round they really should not have won.
I wish he had more bullets in the magazine. A dominant start to Nuke, and paiN is letting Legacy know that they're in complete control.
Davideus, man, what a moment. On lower, capitalizes on the chaos.
Capitalizes, I mean, also, that play doesn't happen that successfully if Snow doesn't go through first, right? That's just having players beating the timing. You could see when that smoke is thrown towards the single door and through it to kind of block that avenue, Snow's like, you know what? You're throwing this so deep, I've actually beat the timing to get in front of it. You think it's not going to be possible? It is so possible. Davideus following it up just as the icing on the cake.
paiN Gaming on fire now. 5 rounds in a row. Legacy continue to throw weapons into the mix, but it's a little bit of an investment. They're saving money for the next. But like you said, it must feel like you just can't do anything right.
Well,
so low.
Yeah, legged on the run boost. And that's the only rifle brought into action. A little bit of a rebuttal as NQZ provides him a peek into the smoke. So presence outside established, smoke wall set up. It's making paiN very nervous for the outer yard. 3 players with attention here, but DGT clearing it out and gathering information. Ramp room has already been overrun. Lower bomb site has already been overrun. And all of a sudden, Legacy yet again have a huge advantage in the round. Even with weaker weapons, having this kind of positioning is great.
How do they lose this one, though? Or rather, how do paiN find a way into it? DGT catching out Dumao on the upper bomb site. We gotta start putting the pieces of utility in place. There's the flash. There's the chance. Davideus not taking him, but biguzera absolutely will. The cleanups here. And now Lux 1v3. Deagle inside of the site. First kill's good. Time running low as they get ever closer. It's another shot from Lux. Can he pull it off? A luxury with the Deagle, and he shuts it all down. A Legacy finally get one of them.
They needed a miracle. That's how hard they've had to fight for this. paiN does such a good job coming back into the round. And Lux delivers something special in that moment to get them started. That's the rebuttal for NQZ shooting the bodies in the previous round. Now you get something going. and a huge benefit to do it with pistols, but a 1v3 with the Deagle, you're never going to replicate that. You're just happy that Lux provided it for you.
And you really needed one of those to start going your way. paiN was just racking up rounds. Even that round looked like it was going to be pulled back in favor of paiN. Good early damage here from the utility as they're trying to assemble a boost. Sadzin is eventually put up on top, but there's no one to be seen, no one to be spotted.
Backing away from outside. For paiN Gaming, the conversation is, forget about that one, we dropped the ball. Just keep playing the way we're doing it. We've been dominating him otherwise, other than the mistakes we just made. So no stress. Get right back to your winning ways. Smoke wall outside pops, and biguzera's got a lot of bodies cut. They want to slide through this, it almost seems, but now going to just traverse back towards Secret through into Big Garage. Dumao making a creative play, and too many bullets and too much information past the Lux.
Flying out of the sky. Superman landing with a headshot. NQZ's turn. Dumao ripped away from this attack. Nissim sends himself forward and in tandem in the kill feed with Lato. Davideus must go massive.
These past 2 rounds, paiN is giving a lot of room for Legacy to work with. They're getting a lot of real estate for free. The fact that you're able to creep up that close...
Hold on. 15 seconds, though. The bomb is only coming down Secret now. Snow could be an issue. If he can deny the bomb plan at the right time here, Jason.
Yeah, they have no time to clear anything out. Actually, this is crazy.
There's the plant. There's the door open, and the headshot required.
Shoot his body now. Get him back.
Nissim on the track, on the hunt, finds Davideus. Legacy playing themselves into the first half now.
All right. Well, Lux provided exactly what Snow provided on Dust2. Lux has given you that very same clutch and moment that re-energizes the team. 2 rounds in a row. Pretty convincing for the Legacy side in this second one. And they've taken the money away from paiN. AWP, not affordable. M4's not really within reach. I think paiN's going to have to descend to just some pistols and sit 1 round out. And Legacy needed this reprieve from all the full buys. They needed that economic advantage to get back into the map.
Should be an easy round for Legacy to handle, especially getting the opening kill. NQZ trying to give the sound cues drop, then he'll come back up for the peak again. Lux is trying to clear the boost, and then NQZ gets a free one. Had a second crack of the whip there, but ends up just getting blasted away by Nissim.
Molotov will activate their entrance into the ramp room. A good shot on the flank. And this save round has been whittled down. Sadzin wants nothing to do with the AWP moving forward, so just throwing it up so nobody can actually take it. Recovering the AK-47. Okay, Dumao looking a little sketchy here on Nuke. He was excellent on Dust2. Was good and quiet in the first map, but not needed. A slow start here on Nuke. What?
Snow given a chance for a kill and then eventually taken by Nissim.
Okay, that's a freak scenario, but it gives biguzera a chance to go for this clutch. 1 versus 2, and he's got plenty of time.
Creeps up to the control room. Sadzin's gonna look like he was gonna spot him, but he doesn't, not yet anyway. And then eventually peeks up into it. So biguzera was always a long shot, but it was an opportunity presented to them. Legacy really now on this T side. 3 rounds is good. Yeah, we talked about the fact they lost the pistol. They got off to a slow start, didn't win the force buy. They're gonna have to win it the hard way, right? They have to do it on these gun rounds. And right now they found 3 of them.
Well, they've already had their first accomplishment, right? That first break of the economy for the CT side that's let them jettison that 1 Lux clutch into 3 straight rounds. So you've kept it close, and now you can feel some of that pressure kind of subside because the disparity isn't getting out of control. How many more can they claw together throughout this half? How many gun rounds without a pistol can you put on the board? Right through the ramp Molotov, and DGT's got the first.
And he's just got to peel away with that as well. Doesn't want to commit himself to any re-peaks. Just maintain that advantage here for paiN. Sadzin throws the bomb down. His job is to try and be the battering ram on this B-bomb site. Snow is ready in front of that. Molotov goes up into the peak. He takes damage on board, down to 53. But they could just completely sideswipe him here on the peak. That's the bomb. And Lato wins it.
Tons of damage taken, though, from Lato, and the defense has already arrived. It took him quite some time to feel confident to swing and clear out Snow. Nissim doesn't open the door in time, so biguzera shut down by the AWP, and still Lato holding onto the bomb. They're giving time for Dumao to make a play and take all the pressure out of their hands.
NQZ sees the feet.
And the bomb can't join up with him now. Bomb's actually stuck.
Oh, this is rough. The Dumao-Lato combo, but they're severed off from one another. They can't play together. It's gotta be on a mistake, an overextension, a peak perhaps from paiN Gaming to reopen the opportunity for Legacy back into the round.
What does Dumao think? Does he think eventually he's just going to be able to come down and join up? This is, I don't know how they think they're going to be able to join together and actually fight in a 2 versus 3. Op shot missed.
Well, now he goes because he heard the AWP was watching towards double doors. He did have that opportunity, but regardless, it will be paiN back to winning ways.
Yeah, that's a nice recovery. 6-3 now, and a pretty convincing round, a round where they keep 3 weapons alive, so money still gets to grow for the paiN side of things. And for Legacy, without that plant, a couple players right on the edge, so they've got a decision to make. If they force buy here, a lot of the remaining stage rounds in the half come down to this.
You have to make a decision.
Yeah, you kind of shove your chips all in if you decide to buy here right on the edge, because Nissim can get a weapon, a rifle, an AK-47 just fine with utility. Same with Dumao. It's Lux, Sadzin, and Lato who are right on that edge.
Definitely worth burning a timeout to discuss it. Yet to commit.
Yeah, saving here lets them fight for the last 2 rounds with a little bit more to battle with. If they were to go all in, you'd kind of sell yourself short if you were to lose it. So conservative decision with the money in this stage of the game. Galil on Nissim, upgraded pistols otherwise.
Quick pop of the outside smokes. They'll send one player out there. That's Dumao. They're going to try and get him in towards main. They can split the A bomb site from 2 sides. He's actually just going to go to a secret instead this time with a Tech 9. And just let him search. Let him figure out what's available. And they could even go ramp here, Jason. There's lots of options to Legacy, at least at the start of the round. And right now, DGT's waiting in a slightly different position than he's been using.
Well, most of the issues paiN's had. Okay, hold the phone. Fast towards ramp. DGT handles the first one, but it's sloppy.
Not very well, yeah.
Yeah, so he can't convert.
So then Snow waits down on the B bomb site. Gonna hear them charging on down. Can Snow handle this pressure? Oh, first bullet inaccurate as well, but Snow has the cover. Stabilizes for 1 kill, but Dumao, he got himself to this position very early in the round, and all of a sudden, Legacy, with a conservative approach, have found themselves in a 3v2 with a bomb down.
I was going to say, ooh, okay, smoke in the face, so Dumao doesn't get caught around the edge of the smoke. biguzera is going to check. He's going to go for it. He's going to try, and Dumao rips his face off.
Wow.
Now NQZ saves the op. I was going to say, the most issues that paiN have had with the Legacy attack has been when a few players get a ton of room and a ton of scaling and a ton of real estate without really being challenged. And Dumao, once again, got all the way towards vents without anyone realizing he was there, without anyone spotting it or considering it. So he quietly gets into a position to stop that vent drop in rotation, which is when Legacy really secure the lower bomb site, and as we eventually find out the round entirely. 6-4. Legacy doing getting a good number of rounds on the board without a pistol in this half is wonderful.
Very impressive, and in fact,
yeah,
they win that round without fully investing, right? They had 1 rifle, and then they had pistols and the rest. Now they've got so much money. And you look at paiN Gaming, it's the opposite story for them. They do not have enough to get a really solid buyout here.
Yeah, actually, when you phrase it like that, I mean, even the first round where Lux had that 1 versus 3 with the Deagle, not only is it 1v3 with the Deagle, but that's a round of mostly Tech 9s. 2 of their rounds, and the most influential round that they've won have come from pistols. Gun rounds have otherwise been all for paiN, but if you're on the paiN side of things reviewing this match later on, it's really frustrating that you have such a strong half with rifles, but lose so much on some of the anti-force buys.
Well, they've got to hope that they can have some success with some weaker weapons in play as well. There's 3 players on pistols here. Davideus is not going to be finding success straight away. It's going to be Snow on the USP, at least taking 1. Then Davideus caught by Nissim. The AWP going for a wild maneuver over the top of Heaven, and NQZ decapitated. So a 5th round for Legacy. They could tie the half.
It's crazy to think about. 5-0 start for paiN. but a 5-1 run since then for Legacy. Biguzera going to prioritize this M4 surviving into the next round. They're going to need a drop over to a teammate. And this is what's made Legacy such an interesting team at this point. The eye-opening experience at the Austin Major of the kind of run and the kind of upsets that they had, starting off with Vitality, a big headline there. Some of the struggles since then, sure, but you're seeing them come back into form, and that efficiency, that effectiveness to get 5 rounds without a pistol on T-side Nuke and battering down paiN's continuous buys in this half. Very impressive performance in Legacy, who are buried early on. Final round of this half, and then they get to switch over and have the CT side confidence. paiN at the moment is just like, damn, this didn't have to be a game. You know,
like, how has this happened, guys?
It happened so fast.
NQZ's just lighting up bodies. Everyone's getting destroyed.
Ever since that moment, it's a good point. Ever since he spammed the body, it's been a 5-1 run for Legacy.
That was it. That was what went wrong, Jason.
It's a classic in Brazilian Counter-Strike lore. Do not piss off the Brazilian players. Do not give them the motivation to come back into the game.
You know, it's always a great point that I love that Yanko consistently brings up, and it's the fact that Legacy are the only top team that are actually fully Brazilian. All the other organizations have went out there and they've picked up, you know, players from different parts of South America, or now even with Furia going in picking up European players and Molodoi. So you ended up in a situation where Legacy are actually bearing the Brazilian flag. They've just won a trophy in Shanghai last week. They're flown back to Bucharest. They could defeat paiN Gaming, show that you can win with all 5 Brazilian players and get into a semifinals again.
Yeah, for those uninitiated, Davideus from Chile.
Legacy have got a lot of control outside. They've moved down Secret into the lower bomb side already. Snow already in the vent. He's rotated down to try and address this issue, but Lado led to Snow's mouth. And they'll continue to fire their way forward into the lower site. They know where that AWP is. They detect NQZ.
Okay, a little bit of a weird round. Bomb's already in the bomb site, but it is alone, and now they got to find some way to give him some safety, because Lado's like, bro, I'm not planting the bomb. Are you crazy?
There's no safety.
Absolutely crazy, and DGT makes sure it never goes down.
DGT, great rounds here on the lowest site. It's going to be a 2v3, still recoverable. A minute left on the clock here for Legacy as Lux and Dumao try to move into position. Here's one of the kills back. It's Lux. Shadow spotted. He knows DGT's there. He moves forward. Low HP gone. And all of a sudden, Davideus up against Lux. And Lux needs another clutch, this time on the B-bomb side again. That plank goes down. Lux has health. Davideus at 45 HP. A hole in the double doors. They swing wide open. Lux just peeks out, and another clutch to add to Legacy's tally. And he is so fired up as Legacy somehow come back to tie up this first half.
He gets him into the game with a 1v3 clutch with a Deagle in the lower bomb site. He ends the half tying things up with an incredible performance in an impossible situation. So difficult. Lux just ignores the problem of DGT for the moment, cuts off the rotation. Everything else can be solved later. They know where DGT is, so take out the other players first. And the big brain of the IGL delivers again for Legacy. Man, that's, I mean, considering how dominant the start of the half looked for paiN, they're going to be so shell-shocked. They were flying high, everything going good, everything working, and then Legacy came to play. And a very impressive half, recovering not only from the 0-5 deficit, but doing it without winning the pistol round, having this many rounds. Absolutely beautiful on the T side. So all eyes towards paiN and what they can do on the offensive half of Nuke.
I mean, paiN decided to move away from playing with Lux, right? He was the joint highest rated player in 2024, and you think that, you know, going out of this paiN roster might just stall out Lux's career, slow him down a little bit, but he's gone off, he's changed his role up, he's become an in-game leader, he's won a trophy with Legacy, he's went to another major, and now he could be knocking paiN out here in Bucharest. Pistol begins in the second half. Legacy's defense is off to a peak here. Lux going for the opening fight. Blinded and held back.
couple initial jiggles just to keep him tantalized with the prospect of an open duel with those Glocks, and then the flashbang comes in. So caused a little bit of a delay with this smoke wall, making him a little nervous to traverse it early. But now gonna slide across towards Secret. 4 players crossing. It is Lux downstairs, but he is alone.
Lux heading up for a peek, drops in behind the double doors, back into the site. paiN Gaming going to continue their march into lower. This is very uncomfortable now for Lux. Quite claustrophobic as he has to play from dark. Sadzin's gone. Lux trying to peek out, but NQZ with the P250 is perfect. And that plant now being secured. Nissim, oh, closing down the ground. Another great shot from Nissim. His teammates have now arrived. Nissim gone. It's on DGT and Davideus to try and hold on to the site, and the flank is in. Dumao's getting flanked. DGT, oh, he's missed! And the door's closed in his face. There's no way, surely no way that Dumao can win this. He goes back to it. But DGT eventually comes through. And paiN Gaming, no round is easy, no round is comfortable. But they win the pistol to start off this second half.
That was the only way Dumao had to win it, was to get close up and just time the opening of the door to get an instant headshot. What a brutal battle. Nissim does everything he can, takes incredible risks to bring them back into the round, back into this pistol, but just cannot contain the flood of paiN players. This is beautiful. 1 kill, hunting down the other. He knows the bomb is being planted. That player can't help out. He knows his teammates are coming to single door, but the shots down the stretch from DGT. Lovely work on a Dumao. And both pistols for paiN on the deciding map of this series. An advantage for them to head into the semifinals, a 1-round lead.
Gonna see if they can steer away this force bite. And get Snow over towards Secret. Running a rotation down. Lux waits on B. Just on the steps outside those double doors. Flashes into main, being set up by the Secret player, Davideus. A little clearance of the smoke as he peeks towards top hut. Just trying to wrap around the CT side of Legacy, making them feel uncomfortable. Sadson trying to gather info, sees how much space they've lost outside.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is tough. You have to execute the lobby crunch right now. Tees are going to be prepared. Oh, maybe not a clearing over towards Trophy. Oh. Double kill, AK-47 to recover.
Not like this. paiN, they've lost 2 players in that ramp play. They now come through Heaven, but they can focus entirely on the Heaven play. Sadson can just scope up and look towards Heaven itself. They're worried about man a little bit, but for the most part, they can just be preoccupied. There's the play from Nissim. Another kill picked up from Nissim. This is ridiculous. paiN all of a sudden in a position where they're surrounded by CTs.
And Nissim makes the noise cues of dropping away back towards ramp room. He's got a teammate that just slid into his position, so a little bit of trickery, hoping maybe they decide to rotate
10
down.
seconds. This is going to be a save up in Heaven.
Oh.
This is a conceded round, and this is all Nissim. Like, it's incredible.
It's not just losing the second round and failing to convert the pistol. It's also just the fashion in which this happened, right? Completely disrupted. You never got to get anything going for you. You had all the advantages wrapping around Heaven. You were making it really uncomfortable for Sadzin. And then all of a sudden, you have no options. You've lost everything, and you just get stalemated and sit up in Heaven until the timer subsides.
Yeah. paiN really feeling the hurt of their former teammates. Nissim used to play for paiN as well for a period of a few months. What a round from him. We've now got Galil's AK-47, Tech 9s. paiN continue to buy.
Smoke, flash, flash is all that's available to paiN Gaming in this round, heading towards ramp room. Smoke wall set up outside. They want to take some attention away from ramp, and Nissim's actually repositioned, which gives a lot of space. Yeah. A new angle that he's fighting from. He sprays down 1. Good damage on a Davideus and drops. Descends into the lower bomb site, into safety.
Oh, DGT just shows a little bit too much to Lux. You won't mess that one up. 2-man advantage. 11 HP on Davideus as he trades out the AK to Snow.
Gonna stay quiet in this 3 versus 5. They want Legacy to realize what's happening as late as humanly possible. Davideus leading the way with 11 HP means Nissim can double up quite easily when he gets this first kill. Can transfer over very fast.
Oh, the right ball again! Nissim! Another multi-kill. That's 3 in the round for him, and it's all on Snow. Down on the lower bomb side, here's the vent steps. Hear them coming towards the double doors. They're also peeking out single. Nothing Snow can do. And Legacy, they stopped paiN from having the success at the start of the half that they had in half 1, right? Where paiN were able to go up 5 rounds in a row. They lose the pistol here, Legacy, but bouncing back immediately.
Yeah, now they get that advantage too to run up an early lead on the CT side, and then let's see if they can build it into something that paiN can't overcome. Mentioned it had been like really, really streaky throughout Dust2 and even into Nuke to a certain extent. 5-0 run to start for paiN in the first half. 6 of 7 for Legacy. And now a chance to go on a streak here again, as only Glocks should be a pretty simple round for them to close out, and moving forward against the AK-47 is going to be the big test. This quarterfinal, establishing the hierarchy in Brazil.
There's a swing out. Lux holding down. Just shredding them away here. And keeping it easy and breezy as Legacy go to 9. Nice decoration of corpses here for Halloween.
Yeah, that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
All right, well, Op is out for Sadzin now. He's going to bring that out on the CT side. On the T side, it's all AK-47s, 5 smokes. Plenty of flashbangs to utilize. Not completely flush with all the utility they'd like, but they have plenty of pieces, paiN, to make this work.
Ooh. Headbutts that one. Disrupts the smoke slightly. Clearance. Oh, Snow does get detected. Smoke breaks open. Snow spotted at the last second.
It's always like he read where that smoke break was for which peak it was going to be opening up, and got drawn to it like a moth to flame. Sadzin loves that.
Burns him up, melts away the snow. Now we got 59 seconds on the clock.
Might not have expected an AWP outside, but clearly an idea, I think, to wrap into Mini to help supplement this upper hit. But now that option, that resource is taken away.
Will they get past the top hut player? It's Dumao, ready to deliver.
No one on the roof for a hut Molotov. They don't even have one available, so it's going to be tough.
Turns from the flash. Now Dumao, 1 kill. Really important trade kill coming in from DGT.
Bomb hasn't committed that. NQZ, he's waiting for the flanks. He's waiting for Nissim's play. Heard the footsteps coming back. Nissim's going to go down. Surely 1 for 1. But you still have Lato that you haven't got past.
Yeah, Lato's still waiting. Sadzin drawing attention towards Heaven. Lato's going to send the nade out. Gives away his position. It's 1v1. Sadzin from Heaven secures it for Legacy.
Oh, it means everything to him. Means everything. I'm amazed at the play from Lato, but he's doing it to help out his teammate. Nade softens up the player looking towards Heaven. He's able to catch the bomb planter in transition with an immediate headshot, and Sadzin cleans it up. Close affair.
Not getting the ball plant either is really hurting paiN when it comes to a buy at this point of the game as well. They're going to have to go for a half buy. They're going to have to get Tech 9 to Khalil. If they even sold back to Khalil, so it is just going to be Tech 9s across the board here for paiN Gaming. And Legacy can sense it. They can sense that semi-final. They got a taste of winning out in Shanghai. Now they want to challenge for another trophy.
Yeah, they do. It's a lovely event forward. Every team in the playoffs licking their lips and saying everyone here is susceptible. There's no such thing as a top dog at PGL Bucharest because Aurora's looked flat. Tournament is wide open, and Legacy looking to string trophies together. Early loss in the round. Snow able to exploit, able to do in this round what he couldn't in the previous.
Sadzin, a missed shot. They could overrun him. Oh no. This is a round that paiN should not be finding themselves in a comfortable position in, but all of a sudden a 4v3. Can Lato recover the mess? He sees them descending down. They waterfall to their death, drowned out by Lato. And the A-bomb site back under wraps for Legacy.
He just came from Hunt. I don't know if he'll expect Snow.
Yeah, let's see. Lato getting the information. Snow running him down. Quick rotation of a player back up towards Heaven. The reinforcements are arriving. Snow would have to pull off an exceptional ace from this position. And they're not giving him that chance. They're just toying with him. Giving him little looks every now and then, but he's got to work his way around the back and he runs out of bullets. paiN Gaming trying to mentally stay in it, but it's getting so frustrating down the line.
Yeah, you can see the moment getting there as well. Frustration building because the semifinal is seeming so far away for paiN at the moment, and Snow knows every single one of those situations is critical. Every single one of those situations where if he feels like he has a chance to win the 1v3, and a lot of stress going to start descending on paiN's shoulders, so a timeout call to talk things over, to settle the emotions, settle the nerves. And as you mentioned, with that trophy win so recently in Legacy's mind, pressure for them not nearly as bad, especially nursing this 4-round lead. It's 11-7. But now 5 straight in the second half as this defense has just locked in.
One last hurrah for paiN Gaming. They lose this, they will be broken in Bucharest. And Dumao kicks it off. DGT gone, advantage Legacy. At least some space being taken for Snow all the way down Secret.
So 4 and 5, but you have some advanced positions. Legacy's rotated 2 down themselves. Sadzin's AWP still out here in Big Garage. That could catch someone just off guard because he hasn't been spotted, hasn't made his presence known. But equally, Legacy's going to believe this is covered.
Davideus with a space up Heaven. Lato's head turned away. Not anticipating this as a possibility. Davideus now erupts through. You can see Sadzin now locking in, looking up. He can focus on the main play, though. biguzera going back for a second. Sadzin finally taken away from Heaven, but he's done very well to get a double. That actually keeps Legacy ahead. It's a 3v2, and paiN Gaming in a bit of a panic because now Nissim spotting out Davideus, but he's doing everything for the team.
Yeah, this is lovely from Davideus. Drops down now, changes the position. Now it's been spotted. Both players inside the bomb site. Molotov coming in. Huge to flush him out into the open. It's Lux again. Double kill, and he will not let paiN get a foothold in this map.
Not at all. It is Lux who is showing that he can frag, he can lead, and he has taken Legacy to a higher position in the Brazilian hierarchy. They are looking like the team that are guaranteed semifinals now over paiN Gaming.
Oh, loving it. Loving it. Feels so good. 1 round away from the semifinals. A semifinal up against Saw with their upset over Team Liquid earlier in the quarterfinal.
Portuguese speaking semifinal.
Just lovely from Sadzin. His off has been so good. It's been sharp on Nuke.
I mean, Sadzin has been called the X Factor. Richard was calling him that a couple of days ago because we witnessed at CAC how he can go missing, he can be quiet, he can win you maps, he can lose you maps. But here in Bucharest, he has been standout. He has been the standout for Legacy in a lot of these maps. Just so impressive.
Yeah, incredible op impact in the previous round. All right, paiN, coming out of this timeout, this is the point where you call that round in practice that always wins you something. Every team on every map has a round that they feel is just good for a round whenever they need it. Whenever they have to have a win, it's the one they go to. What is paiN's?
And the outside smokes and lets Snow play solo. They're going to come at Nissim. with the AUG. The scope is up. In the back box in the ramp room. Nissim to try and drop the opener. Damage, but no kill. Davideus remains sharp in back-to-back rounds.
Ramp room control, 2 players drop, but Snow, he's loving it. Once again, gonna wrap around towards heaven. Saw this available in the previous round. Once again, it's open to paiN. When Snow clears out above it, oh, Dumao might catch him. Oh, baby, Snow turns. Reads something coming, it's quiet on the map, and that's an immediate headshot. So Legacy might be kept away from the win just yet. Kept away from the semifinals a little bit longer.
Lux in towards the lobby. NQZ gone. At least still in this fight for the round. 35 seconds remaining. It is Lux again. Another important shot. Satsin strikes straight through the head of DGT.
Bombs in lobby.
It's got to be Davideus. It's got to be biguzera. It's got to be a recovery, but 20 seconds left. It just looks so unlikely. Satsin goes to the AK. biguzera hunts him down. Davideus left alone, and Satsin secures it. Semifinals for Legacy. Lux leads this team. In January, he was kicked out of the paiN roster. We thought it would be a step back in Lux's career, but he would not let that be his legacy.
Vindication for Lux and Legacy, while on their way to lifting another trophy after their win at CAC. They now find their way into the